Can we start?
Wait, sir, wait. Okay, sir. So on a count of five, four, three, two, one. Now we are live. Please start, sir.
Yeah. Good afternoon and welcome to all AI enthusiastic for this most awaited episode of Hackathon 5. And today we have a jury, Alok Sethi ji and the smart Tapas. And we have our 10 panelists. Then we have lot of use cases today that our all participants will have to vote. So we have Akhil ji, then Anshu Agarwal ji, then Anumita, then we have Gagan Shetty, then we have Gopi, we have Madhav ji, then Puja, then Poonam, Udit ji, and all Mayur Kumar ji also. So friends, we welcome all these chartered accountants who have taken pains, who have taken lot of efforts. They have sacrificed their time. They have enhanced their AI skill. And now they are ready to present their use case. This is a very important point to be noted to all of us. As a chartered accountant, we are already busy. We are expertise in our subject, maybe taxation, maybe accounting, maybe auditing, whatever it may be. But these 10 panelists have taken great pains to come out of that subject, learn AI, master AI, and now present a use case on the basis of the domain expertise subject. Everybody will be having different use case relating to compliance, relating to GST, income tax, accounting, auditing, or whatever it may be. We don't know, but we are proud of these panelists and we are proud of all the hackathonists who have done excellent in this season as well as in the past 4 seasons. Friends, AI needs to be practiced and needs to be shared with others. It is not a static subject like Income Tax Act and GST. There is no rules. Every day and night, new technological inventions are coming and the AI ecosystem is changing. And we all must be aware that ICAI is taking great initiatives to impart theoretical knowledge, to impart practical knowledge, also showcasing that knowledge. So a hackathon is one of these. We have prompt library. Visit our AI in ICAI website. We have prompt library competition. Those who are writer, for them we have book writing competition. Those who are enhancing their skill, they can join the faculty identification program, which is there in Hyderabad on 9th and 10th. Again, new faculty development program will also be announced. And those who are enhancing their skill set, those who want to see a lot, they can join Innovation Summit 2026. So I will request Tech Team and Rishi to play that video, and I will urge all the participants to get registered for this AI Innovation Summit, which is happening from last 3 years. Over to you, Rishi.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Rushi, and our beloved past president and now a chairman of this AI and ICI committee, Charanjot Singh Nanda sir, will join soon. He is busy somewhere. So, under leadership of President Prasanna sir and under leadership of Vice President Mangesh Kindre sir, we all are organizing this AI Innovation Summit. So request you all to join in large number. And I wish all the panelists all the best for this season and happy learning to all. Just keep the competitive edge high. And we all are proud of you, dear panelists and dear juries. So now we can start this hackathon. Over to you, tech team, Rishi.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words of wisdom. We always look forward to yours and Chairman Sir's guidance and motivation. So, just one small request and permission that we have also started the AIS quiz from today. It's live on the AIS website, wherein you can you have to give the answer 10 questions, and you will get rewarding prizes at the AIS summit. So I'll just show it on the website. Allow me to share my screen.
This is an innovative approach to all the participants who are coming to AI Innovation Summit. So they can contribute by sharing this
So
quiz.
this is the AIS website, ai.ico.org, AIS 2026. And on the homepage, there's the play the quiz tab is here. I will click on it. And we reach here. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you can see.
Yeah. So this is the AI quiz, and you have to answer 10 questions here. And rewarding prizes will be given at the AI Summit. So hurry up and register for the same. The early bird is closing tomorrow at 2nd May. So the registration lines are open. The seats are filling fast. Now, with Umesh sir's permission, I would also like to.
Yeah, Rushi, we can start.
With your permission, can we give the rules?
Yeah, you start. You.
Yes, sir. So, welcome all of you. Today we have 10 panelists for this season 5, episode 3. They will all be given 10 minutes for their presentations, and they will present their use cases in 10 minutes. We have our two esteemed jury, CA Alok Setiji, who's our esteemed faculty for AICA level 1 as well as level 2. And we have CA Tapas Ruparelia ji, who is also our esteemed faculty for both the levels. And he's also the AI Hackathon Season 4 winner. He was among the top 3 in that season. The rules are as follows. All participants will get 10 minutes to showcase the presentations, and the participants will be judged by the jury as well as the audience. The jury will give them the marks on the parameters which they have to give, and the audience has got the voting rights. They have to vote for the contestants on a scale of 1 to 5. I repeat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any one of these 5 votings. 1 is the lowest and 5 is the highest. I repeat, 1 is the lowest and 5 is the highest. Also remember that you have to give your votes for every contestant, then only your votes will be submitted. So that you have to listen to the presentations of all the panelists, and then You have to give the votes for all the contestants, then submit your vote. The panelists cannot vote for themselves. In the last 5 minutes, when the last presenter speaks, we will give a window of 5 minutes for all the audience who has not voted till now, so that in the last 5 minutes they can make their decisions. Since they must have listened to all the presentations till then, they can vote in the last 5 minutes after the last presenter speaks. The top three from this round will go to the semi-finals of the season 5. The semi-finals are lined up on the 12th and the 19th of June. So, and the top three from the semi-final will go to the grand finale, where in the grand finale, we will have at the ICAI AI Innovation Summit, Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi, on the 26th and 27th of June. So, the grand finale of this competition is going to be held at Bharat Mandapam, which will be a live event. So, these were the rules. I hope I was able to make the audience understand. So, now let's start with the presentations for today with the first panelist. Just a moment. Yes. The first panelist for today is CA Anshu Agarwal ji. Anshu ji, over to you. You have your 10 minutes.
Thank you, sir. Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I am presenting a use case of AI in our CA office for file tracking system. In our offices, many times it happens whenever we need a particular file and that file is not available at its desirable place. In that case, we have to search out that file here and there, asking staff and checking racks, etc. But sometimes after many efforts, file is not found at proper place at any other place. So this leads to loss of time, delay in office work, and sometimes loss of reputation also. So the main problem is lack of proper tracking of files in Office. So for this purpose, for solving this problem, I have developed a file tracking management system with the help of AI. In this system, every file is created with a unique number and its location is tracked. And each log is maintained whenever we move a file from one place to another place or other staff. So in that case, now I start my practical demo. This is a login screen for my tool. This tool can be accessed from any computer or mobile within my office LAN. In that case, each user is having a unique ID and each ID can be assigned different rights. So I am logging here with admin rights. In this, there is a dashboard. In this dashboard, it shows summary of files. And this is file list. In this file list, we can see list of all files available. In this, we can see file number, client name, file description, period, particulars, etc. After this, we have an option to search any file. For searching file, we have to type a name or file number or location or description. Anything we can type here to search out any file. For example, I search Tanushri. It has searched out this file. In searching, advanced version is used for this, like fuzzy function. Whenever, suppose I have typed wrong name of any file, like instead of Tanushri, I have skipped N. In spite of that, it has searched out this file. In this, I am having a feature to transfer. Using transfer, I can fill here new location. New location can be a place of store, any rack, or any staff. Suppose I have clicked here with Kapil. Then this file shall be moved with Kapil. I can see here this location has been changed to Kapil Sharma. Now I can see history of any movement of this particular file. Here, all history from where to where, when it was moved, all is shown here. Again, this is a option of editing a file. Here we can edit any file detail. And this is closure file option. And this is a deleting a file. If I delete a file, its file number become empty and can be used for creating new file any other file. This is my files. My files means all the files which are transferred to me and which should have been available with me. Here is list of this file. In this also I am having these options like file list. Each staff can view all the files available with him in this part. And this is transfer file. This transfer file feature is made especially for peon login ID. The peon login ID shall have only this feature. Nothing else shall be shown to him. In this, he can search any file, like he can search by Ramesh. If I ask him to give a file number so-called 1001, he can type here 1001. He shall find this file. He can see this file is currently, where is its location currently. He can find here, it is at reception rack. So he will not search here and there. He shall just go at reception rack, find out that file and give me. And after giving me, he shall update location here. Like he had given me at present I have logged in with admin, so I am using it as admin. Okay, and he will mark it. After this file shall be shown in my file here. Yes, 1001. After that, there is a option for transfer file movement. Here we can search any file detail movement. Transfer log logs every movement one by one. And this is master part. In this master, we can create locations like store A, store B, store C, and this is option to add a new location, and this is option to add it. This location is used while moving any file or creating a file. Now, this is client master, and this is file type. Here we can create a file type, and here we can also define file number pattern of that particular file name, file type. Like we have assigned a prefix from and to serial numbers. Based on this configuration, file number is automatically generated while creating a new file. This is user list. Then now I come to create a new file. While creating a new file, I have to select a file type, like I have selected working file. On selecting of working file, it has given a file number automatically based on file type configuration. Here I have to give in a file client name. If I am creating a new client name, so this client name is automatically updated in client master. Here I can fill financial year or period, etc. Here I can select initial location of that file, and any description can be filled here, and it can be created. On creation, this shall be updated in file list. After this, all the problem can be solved for searching any file. I shall be able to search out any location at present location of a particular file. So now question can become how it is developed. First of all, I shall like to share that I have zero knowledge about coding. So AI is used for developing this. For developing this, first of all, I have prepared a one-page prompt for creating this. But this was not detailed instruction. In this, I have asked ChatGPT, use ChatGPT for this purpose. I asked ChatGPT to prepare detailed requirement for this this tool creation. And ChatGPT then after provided me a detailed requirement based on this. After making some corrections, I was able to get my detailed requirement. And you can see there are 11 pages in this detailed requirement. This detailed requirement was given to Claude AI. And Claude AI given me a tool and codes for this tool. After major corrections, I was able to prepare this tool. And this tool significantly benefited in my office to search out any file. Or this has reduced time to search out any file or making dependency to search any file and here and there. After all, it make a better control over.
Anshuji, sorry to interrupt. Last 1 minute is left.
Okay, sorry, sir. So this is my use case of AI in my CA office. But this is not a single time practice to develop this tool. For developing a like tool, we have to make a patience and one-to-one amendments. And after keeping various amendments, I shall be able to prepare this tool. And even after completion of this part, I am still trying to making other modules in this. And for this purpose, the AI is being used. Thank you, sir, this providing me this opportunity. Thank you, ICAI AI in ICAI. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Alok sir, you want to start with asking? Yeah.
So, Anshu, I think you have presented use case on file management system,
Yes,
which is
sir.
a physical file management system. Okay. And
Yes,
in the
sir.
end, you had showed us how this you have built this. Okay. Now, to start with, I have a query. Like, since you mentioned you had given a prompt to Claude and you had got a prompt from ChatGPT and then you would give it to Claude. So what is the interface used, or like, is it working offline or online, or what is the platform used to create this? So which
So-
coding language you have used? Is it built on HTML or Python? That is what I want to understand first.
So basically, front end is for HTML, and this is totally offline version. This is hosted in my own laptop, and coding instead of Python, mainly it is prepared in Node, something called as Node. I am not technically sound to understand that language, but AI helped with me to prepare that, and that is called as Node, Node something.
Okay. And secondly, I want to ask, like, see, this is a file management system. Have you created something about the DSC or any other accessories that we get from the client? Like, suppose we are using some other ledgers also, or some books also, right? So this is a file management system which we are working on when you create your physical or like temporary files or permanent files.
Yes.
What about the files which we get from the client when we are doing audits? Okay. So is there anything, and is the client getting intimation of what documents are lying with us or what document we have given it to the client? So anything of that sort which is
Yes, sir,
included?
it is created. Can I share my screen again?
Yeah, you can do.
Actually, that part is under process still. In this, there is a document management. This is document in and out. Whenever we get a new document from client, once. Yes, sir. I have a option, this one, document entry. In this, I can enter any document like DSC or any other ledger. In this document type can be filled, and there is an option called as returnable. If I mark it yes, it shall show me that this document is received from client to me, and this is still returnable to client. So this can be maintained, or after entering this, a feature is being added in this to send a automated mail to client, like this is called marked send email. But sir, still it is under process to development,
Okay.
so it is not fully workable here.
No problem. Okay. Okay. Over to you, Tapas.
Yeah. Hi, Anshuji. Wonderful presentation. Initially, when you started, I thought that this is, you are making an index of all the files that are there within your LAN. So my question to you is, in today's era, where anything and everything is happening digitally, clients are also sending you files, etc., digitally. Of course, this would be definitely relevant for you because you have spent so much of effort. But 2 years, 3 years down the line, how relevant do you think this kind of management would be when you keep receiving documents from the clients? I mean, you will receive everything digitally only over an email.
Sir, even in digital era, somewhere some documents still shall be continued in physical form. Even we can remember few year ago there was huge space required to keep our records in physically. Still, it has been reduced to some racks, and in future it shall be reduced, no doubt. But another features in this is like document in-out management, as I just discussed it. And one more feature is being added in this to manage task management, but that is still also under development. And this file management can be used especially for digital file, can also be used for this purpose. Suppose we have received a document and we have forgot where it is saved.
Which is
In
where
that
what I
case,
thought your entire use case was. I had written couple of in the first 4 minutes, the couple of questions I had written, but when I realized that this is for a physical file management system, I discarded all those questions. That, I mean, that would make more sense.
sorry, sir.
What is, you are saying that this is hosted on your local system?
Sorry, sir, I could not listen to you due to some
No problem.
interruption.
I'll repeat. I'm saying, where is the database of this system created?
Database is on my laptop.
What is the language or the backend? Is it SQL?
Language
What
is
kind of database it is?
Sir, I am not technically sound to understand exactly what is data language, but a language called as Node is used in this. As
So that I understood. Only question to you was that because you are maintaining such a system where accuracy of whatever data comes in is important, since you have connected it through AI, there's a high possibility that AI might keep generating random data if at all you have made something. The interface that you were showing had that sample data written to it, right? So if you are using it actually, uh, just wanted to understand, are you ensuring that whenever your system, all systems close down on a day, and next day when you log in, you are able to see all the data, it's there in your system, it's being saved right now, or is it still under a demo stage?
no, sir, I am using this system since last 1 month ago in my
Yes. And
office.
you have all the data that's
Yes,
there, it
sir.
is being
Yes,
saved. Fine. Which means that there is an active database being managed. You may not know, but there is an
yes,
active database into your system.
yes,
Sure.
sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Anshuji. That was a
Thank you,
great
sir.
start to the session. Now we have our second contestant for today, CA Poonam Agarwal ji. Poonam ji, over to you.
Thank you. Hello, hi everyone. I'll just share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So my use case for the day is notice management. And before we go into this, this is something which a CA, whether that CAs in practice or in job would have this use case relevant, because if you're in practice, you're managing several clients, and if you're in job, you are managing legal entities, several legal entities, right? Every organization has multiple legal entities. So when you have to manage notices, right, you have a how would you do it day in and day out? Would be you have to log in manually to the portal. Then get the data that you want, right? And then that's the first step where you gather those data points. Then you have, you have multiple clients. So, or you have multiple legal entities, either of the case, whether you are in job or practice, you would have that. So now if somebody, comes and asks, do you have that data point readily available in one place? Most commonly, people do not have that readily available in a common place, right? It would either be in the portal, so you have to go log in and find it, or else you have to, or else it's more there in your brain, or else there's a file directory set up where if you have downloaded it, it is available with you. So that is not, which is up to date at a given point in time. So that is not available. And then the third thing that we also face is that within 24 hours, do you get alerts for anything which has come up new? So, for example, if there's a new notice which has come up, or there has been a development on a particular case which was going on, right? There is something new just popped up in the portal. You would not be knowing it 100%, right? Either like sometimes the client comes and tells you, or as you get the information a bit at a lag. So it's not a workflow which is very very like a workflow which goes on very very smoothly. Now the system that we are that I have here is currently solving all of these issues. We have zero manual login. It does auto login, and then it creates a centralized database at the end. So every day, once this workflow runs entirely, it will create a new updated database for that day. Now and then it will highlight, compare the database with the previous database that was available, and it will highlight with the new line items which has appeared. So which means like the system it ran for multiple clients, and then for say 2 clients or 3 clients, you have new events which has popped up in the portal. So it will highlight those line items for you as well, and then it will also send you a notification. So notification thing is something which I have not created it right now, but then that is also something which can be created. So that's the system here. How this works is, so I have a Python workflow which is there, and I can run this right now as well. So if you run this, right, you would find the system running where you will find it's logging in. So you see this has started processing, and this will, so this is logging into the portal. Okay, I think this, because I'm sharing this, so this is not actually logging in right now. But for now, I will. So because I'm sharing this, I think that is why this is not logging in. But I can share the previous one that I'd run. So it creates a combined database, and then it creates an individual directory for each of the clients, where it will save the respective files. It also creates a log for the run that it has done. So for the run that it has done, it will create a log for it, where it will show you. So let me show you the log. Okay, I think this is not okay. Just hold on. Let me stop sharing it. Okay, that's right. Share it again. Hope this is. I hope you can see it. It's not running. Okay. The use case is where we have it. We have this workflow which runs, and it does like a RPA. It does all the logging in, logging in, extracting of the data, and then creating folders. So it will create folders for each of the client. If it is not available, it will create folders. If it is available, it will go and put the data in the same this one, and then it will create a log once the run has happened, and then it will create a combined data point. It will compare with the previous run, and it will flag up the ones in yellow. So that's the entire use case. Not sure why it is not showing right now over here because of me sharing the screen. Or else, so if you see, right, this is logging in automatically. It's doing that, right? And then it scrolls and goes to the notice pages. It will go to the e-proceedings. It will download the information. I think it was because of I was sharing screen and maybe there was a lag like that. So it downloads it and then it will save it to the folder and then it will log out. So it will do it for all the users. And then finally it will create a consolidated database. It happens very quickly. Right now it's happening a bit delayed. I think it's because I'm sharing screen. Not sure if that's the case. So if you see it's logging in, it's saving the entire, log history as well as to how this is working. So if you find this is the log history and it just ran just now, where it's capturing, just done this thing load, and then finally it's giving you a final summary where it says that total user I have is 3. Okay, no records that's failed for 2 of them. I think it's because I'm sharing screen right now. And then it will create a combined file. Right now it has not created a combined file. And then it flags versus previous, how many new entries are there. So that's just something which it does. Yeah. Thank you. I think that is all.
So Poonam, you're done with the demo?
Yeah. Yes. Please. I have.
Okay. So before I could ask any question, I wanted to understand what exactly you are trying to demonstrate. If you can walk me through the concept behind this tool that you are trying to develop through Python, I would like to understand first what exactly you are trying to do. So you can just explain without sharing the screen. That is also fine. But I just want to know the thought process behind the application.
Thought process is I have created a notice management tool. So for example, if you are in practice, you have had several clients. Now, for each client, you have to log in and you have to download the notices. You have to create and once you download, you save it in a particular place, right? That is what you do. And you do it for all the clients. So you have to do it for all the clients. Generally in some organizations, this is like a repetitive task. Every morning you have to do this. So you have to find if there is something just come up new, right? Because you will have multiple legal entities there. So that is something which right now you're doing it manually. What the system does is that it will log in, it will strap all the information, it will put that in a particular file directory for all of the respective this thing. Like for each respective, it will create a separate folder. If it is not already available, if it is already available, it will save in the same folder with the timestamp for that particular day. It will save it. And then what it will do is that finally, after it has completed the run, it will give a log summary where it will show you for how many it was successful, what was this thing, and then it will create a centralized database. So it will merge a database for all the individual this thing, like individual cases, and it will create a centralized database. Now that centralized database is available. So for example, somebody comes and asks me, supposedly somebody has got notice for a particular reason. So I can in that database filter and find out how many clients have got notices for similar reasons. Or else if I want to find out, anything, somebody has a question, कि इस case में क्या चल रहा है, or else like where is it, what stage it is, I can just go filter a database and it is available every morning. So that is where you have that information every morning available. Like the latest information is available. So if something new has come up, what it also does is in the same Excel, it will compare with the previous data that is created for the last day, and it will flag you the new lines. So if supposedly there was a notice and there is a development there, or there is a new notice which has come up, it will flag that. Like it will circle, it will highlight that line. So all the lines will be normally there, but that line will get highlighted. So then you can find that line is a new line, and then that is also I like a notification as well.
Okay. And what all libraries you have used to create this Python code? You know about it?
Yeah, this is pandas. I've also used the browser, like web browser automation, so which is like, then I'll just let you. So it uses Excel, pandas, OpenPY Excel, pandas. It uses datetime as well. It uses Selenium. It uses uh, Playwright. It uses, yeah, mostly these.
Okay. But the log it is creating using the PAN number, not the name of the client, as we could see on the screen. So how will you come to know which client has got what notice?
The log that it is creating is so there is a centralized log which is creating basis the PAN. So for me, I've created it using PAN.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's for like it is like
Because it'll
available
be,
via PAN.
yeah, if you
Yeah,
link it to the
you can make a
name of the client, it'll be better for. Okay. That's over to you.
Yeah, thank you. I think a good thought
We have,
process, but probably, yeah. Am I audible?
yes,
I
yes.
can hear you.
Yeah, yeah. I think a good
Tapas ji,
thought
sorry.
process. Yes, sir.
Tapas ji, sorry to interrupt. Our
We
Honorable
have,
Chairman, Sir C. Charanjot Singh Nanda ji is with us.
So,
Sure.
And he'll
Rishi,
address us.
please let them conclude. I will speak after that when he's making that. Tapaji conclude
Okay,
what he's saying,
okay.
then we can get involved. Ji, Tapaji, complete
Sorry,
your.
so
Okay. No issues, no issues.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Just one question. What I was mentioning is, Poonam ji, I think idea well thought of, but probably since whatever technical issues were there, we were actually not able to see the database that you have created. While you were answering to Alok sir, I understood you also mentioned that amongst the database, you can also identify the issues. So when you are downloading, I understood you are doing that robotic process automation where your tool logs into the income tax portal, gets the notice to you, and it downloads it into a folder and creates a database for you. How does it extract the issue out of the notice is something that I wanted to understand.
Uh, so what I mentioned was that it can highlight you the new cases that has come. So for example, you had say 5 cases earlier for a client. Now there is 6 cases
Understood
which has
that.
come.
Understood. One client had 4 issues. They had received a new notice for a new assessment year, etc. Is fine. You also mentioned that when you drop down, you can see that ये issue किसी और client में भी है क्या. Then you can mention that.
Correct.
So I was
So
trying to understand वो issue कैसे पता चल रहा है because that notice is verbose. Are you using an AI to summarize that? Is something that I missed out.
no, so what I meant was that you have a centralized database for all the clients. So you can find out कि अगर supposing किसी को LTA का issue आया है, so आप filter करके you can find out कि LTA
That's
इसमें
what.
भी
So
है and
how do
इसमें
you
भी है.
identify the automatically? How does the system identify that a particular client has received a notice on LTA? Is what my simple question was.
One second, I'll just open the file. I think it will help. Um, okay.
If your system is not working, maybe you can just answer in a sentence. I think that's one limited question that I wanted to understand.
Got it. I think your question is valid. I did not see that data mapping is not available here.
Yeah,
So it's
sure.
not available.
Sure. Okay, no problem. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Over to you, sir. Nanda sir, thank you for joining us. Please, the floor is all yours. We are eager to hear you, sir.
Thank you,
Yes,
Tapaji. Rishi, you are there?
yes, sir, I'm here.
Great, great. So the faculty of the day, I can see Alok ji, Tapas ji, Akhil ji, Anshu ji, Madam Anumita Mukharji, Gagan Shetty ji, Gopi ji, Madhav ji, Puja ji, Poonam Agarwal ji, Udit ji. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a proud privilege to address you today this afternoon. In fact, I just landed from Amritsar. I had a program in Amritsar, and I'm proceeding towards 700th level 1 batch to Gurgaon branch. So I got a call from Rishi. He said I should speak to you for a moment. I can just tell you that we are into the exciting world of AI. Wherever I go internationally, People are after us. I go back to 12th February 2024 when I was elected as the Vice President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. I distinctly remember the date. On 17th February 2024, myself and the then President C. Ranjit Agarwal sat together and we discussed whether we should have a course on technology. We spoke to a number of people. We took at the international institutes the benchmarking criteria, but unfortunately, everything was negative. People suggested that let chartered accountants be only accountants, taxation experts, auditors, and not technocrats. But we took a contrarian decision, a decision to ensure that the membership at large does the course and become AI compliant. And God has been so great, so magnanimous, that today we have more than 45,000 chartered accountants who are AI certified. Hackathon is again a step forward, bringing and thinking about problem statements. Season 5, Episode 3, all use cases which are used to create value and worth for people. Three things I would like to tell you. Number one, 81% of international technology initiatives emerge from India. I'm going for a AI session tomorrow to Oman, Muscat. From there, I go to London. From there to Hyderabad. Everywhere, people are very keen on understanding AI, how they could use AI to create worth and value. In fact, I want to tell you the program is not finalized. 180 IRS officers getting the training from the department in Hyderabad. They are keen to come to our center of excellence to learn AI. So we have a very, very advantageous position here. Second, I was with the secretary Meti, Mr. Krishnan, day before yesterday, 3 days back. Mr. Krishnan had a host of opportunities for us. He said, do this, do this, do this. And the best part I want to tell you, when you use AI, whether it is used at the right way, the auditor's way, to explain and to certify that AI is used in the right way. And third and final, as an institute, we are very keen to add value. We are very keen to find ways and means to create worth. कहते हैं ना ढूंढोगे घर तो ही रास्ते मिलेंगे ढूंढोगे घर तो ही रास्ते मिलेंगे मंजिलों की फितरत है खुद चलकर नहीं आती we all have to get attuned to understand that the avenues of practice are diminishing and AI is something that would add value. I would not speak much. Delighted to be amongst you today afternoon. Would like to share my number. It is 9811130985. Anytime, any moment you have any issue. अंशु जी भी दे रहे हैं. ऋषि जी लिख के देंगे आपको. Anytime, any moment you have an issue, simply call me, send a message to me. I am always there. I have dedicated my life after becoming the president. I deliberately took this AI committee because I want that myself and Umesh ji, the vice chairman, we take this to unprecedented heights. And it will only be possible when your total indulgence is provided in this journey. So let us all join together, create a technological era where all of us usher have the choices, blessing of the Almighty, and create value and worth for our country. Let us all strive hard to make India an economic superpower and our institute the best institute of the world. Thanks. Thanks for doing such great work. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words of wisdom. We always look forward your motivational words and guidance.
So we'll all
So,
meet and you see behind yours all screens you find AI Innovation Summit 2026, AIS 2026, 26th and 27th of June. Looking forward to meet you there to ensure that we do lot to create value and worth and awareness regarding AI. Thank you. Thank you so much.
thank you, sir.
Alokji, please take it forward.
Yes.
I'll withdraw.
Thank you.
Please allow me to withdraw. I've reached Gurgaon. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any issue you have,
Thank
feel
you, sir.
free to give a call to me. Bye bye.
Nice.
Thank you, sir. Uh, Moving on, we move to the next contestant. That is CA Madhav Bayani ji.
Okay, sir.
Madhav ji, over to you.
My screen is visible, sir.
Yes.
So, every chartered accountant faces these hours spent converting bank statement into accounting entry. What if the entire process could happen automatically with intelligence, accuracy, learning capabilities? That's exactly what AI-powered system delivers. In practical accounting workflow, bank statement processing is a highly repetitive, time-consuming, errors-prone, and high transaction volumes insufficient. Bank entry automation is still semi-manual, especially in ledger identification. Good afternoon, everyone. This is CA Madhav Bayani from Surat, Gujarat, on the Foundation Day of Gujarat, presenting here a tool, rather to say a system that convert unstructured bank data into structured accounting entry automatically. It not only extract the data, it understand it classify it, and appears it for direct accounting use. Let's say how our manual work bank entry can be completed in few minutes using machine learning AI. So let's quickly. Here you can create a company. For example, I am creating a company and similar company I open in a Teleprime. Just click sync tally. You will see all 139 ledgers without any TDL installation. It will auto fetch to this system. These are the ledger fetched from the tally with parent group balance, GSTN, and date and time of synchronization. Let's quickly import the statement. This is the ledger shown, which is sync from tally. Select the bank statement, which would you like to import. Select the file and just import and analyze. Here you see 96 transaction imported. All the transactions are initially kept to the suspense. Let's check the transaction. All the transactions are already in our system now. So these are the all transactions. These are the assigned transaction. As of now, we are not assigned. Let's quickly. So here are all the transaction from where you can search narration over here, assign ledger, and assign to all. But we are not for here. We are for here is smart match, AI tool which matches the narration by separating with this phrase, ignoring this phrase. Let's quickly analyze the transaction. So here all the transactions are grouped into total 15 groups covering 75 transactions and 20 unique transactions. Now further, these out of 15 groups, 11 groups are completely matched with ledger created in our tally. And the 4 unique groups are matched based on narration, common narration rates. Right. Now, suppose let's assign this is the bank charges. This is the ledger which from our tally along with its parent group. Simply click assign. You can verify each transaction and assign all. So here you see it's grouped with a Shri, but the ledger you see is different from ledger selected. So temporarily keep it side. We will come to the later. You can verify ledger and narration. Quickly assign the same. Is similar situation, wrongly grouped transaction. Let's keep it for a while. Okay. Now, for example, these are the unique transaction. Now, if you would like your personal separator, for example, I can say I want to say only separate the narration with dash and reanalyze it. See the 34 groups, remaining 55 transaction means all whichever transaction we have already assigned that will not cover over here. Now we have seen the wrongly grouped. Suppose we need to ignore this. Just enter copy paste here. Copy, comma, paste. Replace that transaction are ungrouped and nextly group with a similar transaction. We again assign all the group. Here, the same issue. Let's ignore this group also. Degrouped and assigned to its actual ledger. Now let's see quickly with the suspense. Manual searching. For example, we are search the narration over here. For example, it all the pending search all the pending transaction. Whoever covers with myth, it will ledger. You can directly assign from here. This ledger is directly related to Tally. Exactly master appears in Tally. Assign filter, you can select and assign. Let quickly assign all the transaction to suspense and move forward. Here you can see all the assigned transaction with manual. Let's create one or two rules for next. For example, if I say this is a ATW, this is a cash transaction. Rule contain ATW ledger from our Tally cash type contract. Okay, this rule apply into your next iteration, next import. Let's quickly go to the push to Tally. Select the Tally blank ledger from Tally. Before you simply push, check ledger list. That is all assigned ledger are right now in a live match with the Tally. So there is no error of ledger mismatching. Let's quickly push to the Tally. And here you see there is something missing. Oh, wait. It's license unavailable. That's why this 87 is failed. So this is the banking automation transaction with rule based and machine learning based. Let's quickly check the implementation of the rule we have created over here. And first of all, delete the transaction.
Madhavji, a minute left.
Okay, sir. So here you see 7 predicted transaction are came. Let's see. All the rule based contra, right? That's it. Or unlike all the traditional tools, the system doesn't just automate, it adapts it from accounting behavior. The key innovation lies in bridging unstructured banking data with a structured accounting system intelligently. It transforms accounting from a rule-driven process to a learning system. The entire process, which usually takes hours, is now completed in a minutes with accuracy, consistency. From data entry to decision making, this is the future of accounting automation. Thank you, sir. Over to you.
You want to go ahead, Alok sir, first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Madhav, a very good use case, and I think this is a pain point which you have touched upon, wherein every day we have to do accounting for taking the data from bank statement and pushing it to Tally. Although there are application softwares which are doing this, but yes, something building up something similar is a good task. So I want to understand two, three things from you. First of all, how did you ideate this process? I mean, what tools you have used to create the syncing from your bank statement to Tally, and then how you are defining the rules, because every Tally will have different ledgers or different structure. So how this will be adaptable by multiple people or to multiple databases, Tally systems?
First of all, I have developed using ChatGPT and Claude AI. I use ChatGPT for prompting, where my ideas is converted into a full system prompt. The full prompt I given to Claude, and after around 30 iterations, the system is look like this. Now, bridging with Tally, it used the XML file to connect with the Tally. Initially, it was started for me for looking for a TDL. But later on, I identified that it's not necessary, it's not required to install a TDL. It can be, Tally data can be directly connected with our tools. So if I say the system, it's a Python based, which also include a learning method if you are making iteration to the transaction suggested by AI, right? So it will start training. I added a system that will start training after 10 imports. If you import 10 samples file, then from 11, it will take previous database and run the AI model. You have seen the rule base. Likewise, from 11 onwards, you can check there are also AI based selection of ledger automatically. So it learns also from your iteration.
So you using any API for it to learn, or how it is adopting the machine learning basically
It's
through the
learned
XML?
from your input. Number of transaction you process, it keep learning. And no external tool, it's a complete offline. You can use it offline also.
Okay. Thank you. Over to you, Tapas.
Yeah, thank you, Alok sir. Again, Madhaji, wonderful presentation. I think the challenge that you were facing probably, matching your books of accounts with your bank statements or entering those entries into directly Tally, which Tally's direct import may not be supporting. You had created a specific interface to do that. Again, I think just going back on what Alok sir asked, understood that you have created a Python-based tool. You have hosted it on your local host. You were making all those entry and changes onto the front end that you had shown, and back end the machine learning etc. probably was also happening on Python. The connection you mentioned about XML, if you can explain a little bit more about it as to how the XML gets connected from your front end, where does the XML get saved, and how does Tally pick it up? How does the integration work is something that I would want to know.
Let me show you something. So the cloud code created this utils Tally bridge, which connect between the Tally and this tool, which didn't require TDL, but it is required to enable servers in Tally Prime, both uh, ODBC and client, right? So
Yes.
that's why it auto create XML and send directly data to Tally. We do not require to export XML, then import in Tally. It's directly send API call request to the Tally. That's the main, I think it's a bridging between Tally and my tool.
So you have used ODBC here, right, to connect to Tally and your application.
Yes, but it didn't require TDL creation or
Yes,
installation.
yes. Mhm. Understood.
So I think what I understood was your tool creates an XML, it gets saved to a specific path, and then through your backend automation, it gets pushed into Tally. Is the sum and substance of the automation.
Okay.
All right, that's it from my side as well. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Madhav ji. Now the next contestant,
Okay.
CA Udit Chotani ji.
Yes. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'll just quickly share my screen. I want you to confirm if I am audible and my screen is also visible.
Yes.
Yeah. So I have prepared a tool for preparation of financial statements as per the format which was released by ICAI around an year ago. So what the basic problem statement is that in case of large trial balances, we have to map each and every ledger into the specific notes, and then those notes have to be linked to balance sheet and P&L. It is a very time consuming task. So here I have prepared this tool using React and JavaScript, where you can directly import your trial balance into the tool, and it will prepare financial statements for you by simply mapping the ledgers against the financial statements head. So we'll get into the demo of it. This is the basic tool. You have to write the entity name. We'll put in here demo, and you have to select whether you have to uh, show this deferred tax AS or not. So it is, meanwhile, we'll select not applicable. You have to upload the trial balance. It works on a specific template of trial balance which can directly be extracted from Tally using ODBC, or else you have this download template option over here. So once you download the template is like this. You can put your present trial balance out of any software. From Tally, it comes directly. From any other software, you can put it in here, the ledger name, ERP, group classification. That is basically the classification in your ERP system. And this has to be current year balance and previous year balance. One main thing to be noted is all the debit balances have to be negative. The software picks it like that. All the negative balances is picked as debit, and positive balances it takes as credit. So this is basically the template for the trial balance. I have already extracted one. Here we'll upload the trial balance, but before that you have to select rounding of figures. How much do you want to round off your figures in the financial statements? If you want to round it up to 100,000 lakhs or crores, and here you have to select whether you wish to see the zero value items in the balance sheet or not. So if you want to see, you can select yes. If you want to hide them, you can select no. So basically, if you say not decided, it will automatically show everything. And then here is signatory and auditor details. So in the footer, it will automatically give you the signatory and auditor details. Say for example, we enter over here something, some dates and all those. We say include auditor details. So it automatically forms this footer at the end of every page. I'll just enter something to show. Now we'll upload the trial balance. So the trial balance is already in the format as I had shown to you. I'll just upload this. Yeah. So once we upload the trial balance, oh, just a second. Once we yeah. So once we upload the trial balance, I'll have to enter everything over here. But yeah, that's okay. We can go to classification of accounts. Yeah, we can go to classification of accounts. Now you can classify these accounts in two ways. First, you have this drop down over here. You can select the accounts from ERP classification. So say for example, here it will show how many accounts have been mapped. So there are 73 accounts and 0 have been mapped over there. So now what I'll select the accounts as per the ERP classification. These are the accounts which are classified in ERP. So there is a listed share classification in ERP. I'll select it. I'll select all those ledgers over here, and then I'll select non-current investments and apply this to all 35 ledgers. Oh. This I am absolutely, this was working very well, and I've also made a lot. Just give me a second. I am absolutely unaware why isn't it working right now. It was working very perfectly. Shit, man. What I'll do, I don't even know what should I do. I'll try it running using some, yeah. So this was the thing. So what I'll do, we were already looking at the upload trial balance, this state. We already mapped this listed shares. I'll select all those shares and then I'll map it to non-current investments and apply to all 35 ledgers. So this is the first type we can classify the ledgers. The second type we have is I have this auto mapping functionality available over it. So once you click on this auto mapping, it gives you the ledger name. It gives you what is the level of confidence, what is the source it has mapped. It has suggested that mapping to the specific ledger. And then if you want to, how many ledgers you want to, you can just click over here and you can apply all those mappings over here. And this is how you classify the accounts. Now, one problem is that in case of bigger trial balances, it will take, even after auto mapping and doing this bulk mapping, it will take a little time. So what you can do, you can save this template, you can apply the templates. What I'll do right now, due to scarcity of time, that I'll import already mapped template in this. But I'll just show you how you can see. It says 35 accounts are still unmapped. Proceed anyway if you want to review the statements. If you say okay, it takes you to the financial statements, but I'll take you through already mapped template which you can import for any client. So once you map all the ledgers for that, you can save that template and you can import over the next year so that all those accounts automatically get mapped. So I'll click on load session. Load session mein in the of this same client I had saved this session, so that yeah, I saved this session. If you can see, all 73 of 73 accounts are mapped over here. So you can anytime save it, and again when you want to resume, you can again load the session. Now if you go to review statements, it will give you the statements like this. So this is the revenue from operations. This is the P&L statement. And see, as we had seen earlier, it will give you the footer also. When you go to balance sheet, it will show you the whole balance sheet. Then if you
Sorry to interrupt, a minute left.
yeah. So then when you go to notes, it will auto-populate all the notes. In the significant accounting policies, you have to select depreciation method, depreciation rates, and it will automatically change the notes accordingly. It will also let you add or delete anything. After you have seen all the notes, everything, you can go to review and checks, and it will show you how much your financial statements are complete. So in our case, it shows 73% completion with two errors. The first error is in note 1, the entity description is not filled like in here. The second error is in note 3, the closing capital is not equal to the capital which is there in the balance sheet. So here you have to automatically say you have to map it over here. So if I say partners capital account, I say 50% share. So there is also one option to auto distribute profit after taxes. So once this is over, once everything is over, you have 100% completion rate over here. You can print it to PDF. You can extract all these things into PDF: balance sheet, profit and loss, notes to accounts, account mapping summary, and aging schedule. So yeah, so this gets
Time is up,
printed.
Uditji.
Okay, this gets printed to PDF and exported to Excel as well. Thank you. Over to the jury.
Udit ji, wonderful
Yes.
presentation again.
Thank you.
Basic question that we asked to all the participants, if you can take us through how you developed this. You mentioned that this is based on React, etc. Just take us through very quickly, not very in very detail, very quickly through the thought process of how you went ahead and developed this. Of course, you would have started chatting with one of the LLMs and then would have
Yeah.
done all the coding. But thereafter, what was the process? And second is the tool that is being hosted on your local host. Once you enter all these information and you take out the printouts, is the data that you are entering getting saved somewhere? Is a database getting created, or every time you open it, it is opening afresh? You just have to export it compulsorily every time.
No, you don't have to export it compulsorily every time. Like I showed, if you are in the middle of mapping, I'll answer the second question first.
Sure.
If you are in the middle of mapping, you just can save your session, and it saves in a JSON format, and then you can again load it. What exactly I did now? I loaded the previous session, which already mapping was already done over there. So that is the only thing that is getting saved, but the database is on your local server only. It is not going to any AI model. It is totally purely hard coding. Only the auto mapping thing uses fuzzy logic. So I am not actually sure if that fuzzy logic mapping uses some kind of AI, but what I believe is there is no AI basically involved in running in this. The only thing AI was used to was to develop the code and the front end and the back end.
So that's okay. My question was in with respect to where the database is getting stored. Of course, I'm pretty sure this is not going to any AI. Your tool is just created. The coding is done using AI.
Yeah,
Where is it getting saved is what my question was.
it is getting saved on a local PC only, no?
Is a database getting created? Have you checked
No,
that?
no,
Okay.
no, no.
Fine.
Database is not getting created. You can create it by yourself, and then you can, if you want to save a session in between, just that. The no database is getting created. You have to separately save that JSON file for that client so that in the next year
Correct.
when you do this, you do not have to map all the ledgers again.
Sure.
And the answer for your first question is I initially started chatting with Claude and built this using Claude. And then when I wanted to make some say modifications, I just took it from Claude and I used Cursor for the further development.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Alok sir, any question from you?
No, I think I had a similar question that you had. So you had covered. My questions also got covered with yours, Tapas.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
If the jury wants, I can just show the PDF that is extracted.
Yeah. If you can do that
Yeah,
in
yeah,
10,
you
15
can.
seconds, we can.
Yeah. So this is the PDF of the financial statements that got extracted, the balance sheet, the P&L, and the notes, along with a totally formatted note. You just have to give a control P, and this is the account mapping summary. Sometimes the bank asks for list of creditors and all those things, so you can just give this account mapping summary to them as well. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Udit ji. Moving on, the fifth contestant for today, CA Akhil Gupta ji.
So, hello everyone. My voice is audible and my screen is visible.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So, I want to start with the experience which I had uh, while in the industry for a large period. I faced a problem that whenever we need to do a vendor reconciliation, we need to execute the vendor reconciliation part. We were not having such a bandwidth because our existing employees were already occupied by their day in day out activities. So we need to outsource this activity to some third party, but we were not able to identify any people who are exactly into this specific sphere, or if there any people are there, they are charging very huge amount of money. I discussed with many of my known CA colleagues also. So they told me that we do not have any manpower for the same exactly for this. And if there is any manpower, if we hire any manpower, then the cost would be high. So this bring me to an idea that why small CA firms or the finance teams who are of not so much bandwidth have such a system in-house with them so that they can execute the task for bigger organizations and do the things with lesser manpower and achieve the target. So this brings me to the ideation of AI-powered vendor reconciliation portal. So as I stated, the problem is very intense, and we need to solve this problem. We need to solve this problem by way of some what we call as AI. So this help us out with reducing the overall cost by around 80% and the document retention by 100%. So I prepared the vendor portal based on this and used AI technology to update it also. So how the workflow moves is projected over here. Firstly, the agent takes all the intakes from the client. So whenever we receive any data from any client, we need to upload the same on the portal. It will extract the links out of it. Then we need to send those links through mail, which is again from the portal itself. Vendor will receive a link. Vendor will upload the portal over there. Vendor will upload the ledger over there and submit it to the portal. The data will be saved in the Google Drive as of now, and then further the reconciliation will be done by the AI, and final the data will be get saved. Where AI is currently performing. So currently what we are doing, or our CA colleagues or small CA firms or any people who are in finance department is doing, they are, whenever they receive any vendor ledger, what they do, they put the same ledger into any Excel to PDF converter, whatever is available online, we all knows. Then convert it into Excel, made a VLOOKUP, do the reconciliation of the same, and prepare the reconciliation report. And this process is very repetitive and error prone. So if we receive, even if we receive the document in Excel, we need to do the reconciliation manually, and this involves time and effort. But with this portal, if we receive any data in PDF, we need not to do we need not to go to any third party sites. Our AI reads our AP ledger, vendor balances, supporting document, PDF, Excel, etc., whatever be the case, and it applies reconciliation logic to identify matched invoice, partial invoice, or unmatched invoice. This helps the finance team to focus their time on disputes and these type of cases. How I built this portal is also projected over here. So I have used the architecture as given over here. For front-end development, I used HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. For local services and LAN, I used Node.js and HTTP server. AI engine, I used OpenAI Responses AI. So basically, I didn't use any direct LLM, but what I have used is an API integration tool which helps to solve me the issue. Then vendor intake is being done by the Google script, And one more point is local service server training, which I'll come back further, and a compliance layer of DPDP and notice logs. So I have developed all this thing with the help of AI. So I will not say that this is an immediate solution which I have derived. I took around 2 to 3 months to develop it, because I divided all the tasks into different parts, then develop each and every part separately, merge into a single rhythmic portal, and then further do developments out of it. So I will not take time further and directly move on to the portal itself. So this is my vendor reco portal, where all the reconciliation, all the links, all the data flows from here only. Whenever any person who wants to use this portal will receive any data from any CA or from any company, then he will upload this data in this upload invoice file. So he will first upload the vendor master ledger, then he will upload the vendor master as well as vendor master ledger. Both the things, when we upload it, then our reconciliation engine or reconciliation tracker will get activated, and it will show us that what is the status. But for speed up purpose and for demo purposes, Tapas sir and Alok sir, I have already updated this over here, so that the things will be here. I can show you the demo for the same. So all these things are here right now. Then we have the option to trigger the emails right from here itself. So for example, just a second. So for example, in case if we want to do Rico, I'll show right here. I'll select 2 vendors and send email directly from here. So it will the response is email action completed for 2 vendors. Now I will act as a vendor now, and I'll get into my email ID and check that whether I received any mail or not. So yes, I have received 2 mails. I'll do 2 type of reconciliation over here to show you that everything is in fine. So this is the Google script link in which any person to whom the mail is received can respond. So this is one vendor whose name is Rapid Freight Services. I'll write over here balance is okay, and I will not update anything as of now, and submit the confirmation right now here. It is showing that your balance confirmation has been submitted successfully. And I'll also do for the second vendor, just for my time saving purpose. I'll click on this, and the vendor name is prompted over here. It's Quantum Metalworks. The balance is 5,48,000. I'll show that there is a difference. I'll just type my amount. Let's suppose my amount is 5,40,000. And the name, the vendor Quantum Metalworks need to upload their supporting document over here. So the supporting document is here, Quantum Metalworks. He'll select the ledger over here and send for confirmation. So it is shown here that submitting for confirmation, and your difference in supporting document has been submitted successfully. Now the vendor task has been completed. Now I again come back to my portal. My team will check whether the documents have been submitted. So Rapid Freight Services I already completed, and Quantum Metals I already completed. I'll do for 2 more vendors, Sumit and Terra. So I will trigger for 2 more vendors, Sumit and Terra, send email to the selected vendors. I'll check whether I received the mail for them or not. And I immediately received mail for them. I'll just do the activity again, so that we'll have separate actions for separate activities. And I'll click over here that balance is okay. We need not to do anything. I'll submit the confirmation. And for the second vendor also, I'll do the same thing. Terra, I'll upload the ledger of Terra over here. Click on Google script. Amount is 39,62,000. Let's suppose my difference is there. It is 39 lakhs. 39 lakhs. And I upload the ledger of Terra over here. Terra over here, ledger, and submit. Again, coming back to the portal itself, my reconciliation tracker. So here, since for Sumit, I have declared that I do not have any variation. So it will show that the reconciliation is completed. I'll directly get the vendor confirmation. Yes, your reconciliation is completed, and balance confirmation is signed that we do not have any material differences over here. For the second vendor, Terra Build Material, the email has been sent The ledger has been now uploaded. We can see that the status is now changed to ledger uploaded. We have two options as of now. I'm putting the screen on the other side. We have two options: run local Rico, run AI Rico. I'll run AI Rico for the same. I'll click run AI Rico, and the Rico is now started. We can see the completion status of the same. So the Rico is going to get completed. The evidences are prepared. The extraction is being done by the AI itself. Everything over here is being done by AI itself. Till the time I am this Rico is getting completed, because I will also get to know about how much token cost I have incurred. So again, let's move to the further part of the presentation which I want to explain.
Akhilji, last 2 minutes.
Yeah. So here we can see that there is local Rico and AI Rico. Local Rico is having beneficial in speed and cost control, and AI Rico gives me help in messy evidence explanation and all other things. This is the process which I have followed for completion of every task, and this is a 8-stage process. And coming back to the portal again, let's see whether the AI has completed the Rico or not. Right now it is at 86% and it is moving towards 100%. Once the AI Rico code completes, it will show me over here that the Rico has been completed and we can download the Rico. One more important thing and one greater thing which I want to push over here is, like, as we know, if we spend any tokens, we need to incur some cost also. So here I have integrated my local JSON file also, where whenever I do any AI Rico, machine learning happens itself and my JSON file with the rules get updates. And then again, next time when I do local Rico, my local Rico is more aligned to the AI Rico, and everything happens. So everything happened by way of machine learning, and in future, my AI Rico and my local Rico will match, both of will match, and my future cost will be as low as possible. So this is my point. Let the Rico get completes. Once it got completes, I'll get the report over here. So it's 92% as of now. Within next few seconds, it will get complete, and I can show you the final response over here. So this 92% completes all the things. So done now. It is done with 100%. The total cost is now 15,694 tokens, and the AI has transferred 21 examples to the JSON files. Now JSON is intelligent by 21 examples. So I can now download the Rico right from here. So let's see that whether the Rico has been done or not. Sumit can Sumit, just a second.
Time is over, Akhilji.
Yeah. So you can download the PDF file and view also. Yeah. This is the final Rico and the difference part. So that's all from my side, sir. Thank you for the patience of listening myself.
Good presentation, Akhil ji. Kudos to you. First question, you mentioned that the data is being sent to AI through APIs. Which LLM are you sending the data to?
Sir, I am using OpenAI API by which I am sharing the data to them and I am getting the data from them.
Using your OpenAI API key, right? Okay.
Yeah, sir. I just want to show one thing over here. Everything is written over here. Every link is over here. Google Drive link is also here. So all the data is shared over here. Email configuration is from email webhook. AI integration is also from here. Everything is in the settings option.
Second question is, if the data is going to AI, see the confirmation, etc., are being uploaded by the vendor, and I can also see some DPDP stuff mentioned on your system, but without going into whatever is written there, just in a line, how do you ensure data privacy when somebody else is uploading the data that's coming onto your system and then you are processing it through AI?
Right, sir. So that point was also in my mind when I was uploading this thing. So I discussed this thing with Claude. Claude AI is a thing which is there in the Twitter also, in the X also. I asked this thing with them. So they told us there is a thing called enterprise AI. So whenever we are using the enterprise models of the these LLMs or the top models of these LLMs, they provide a security or guarantee that this data will not flow outside the enterprise. Even the same thing is there with the Copilot also, where there is enterprise control mentioned also over there, which enterprises are right now using everywhere. So they told us that if you are using enterprise AI, which definitely cost about lakh rupees something, then the tokenization cost will be there only, but the security of the data will be intact. Secondly,
But
sir, I just also want one thing to mention. I will train my local server also. So by training my local server, in a due course of time, my local server will also understand that how I need to react with any type of difference if I found. So that way I will also solve this issue, sir.
okay. Uh, and last question from my side. I saw that whatever data is coming in, that entire backend is being run through AppScript, and the tool is hosted on localhost. And of course, you showed various details. How is the integration happening? Would you be able to explain that between AppScript and the front end tool that you are showing?
Yeah, sir. Sir, the integration is happening over here. So the vendor portal web app. So I created a link, status sync URL link, and that I use that link in my portal. And that, but due to this only, all the data which I am receiving in the Google Drive is being matched here from in my portal. So the syncing is done by my portal itself through the use of that Google script thing.
Okay, okay, that's it from my side. Alok sir, over to you.
Yes. So, Akhil, very nice use case, and I think you have touched upon a very important issue of vendor confirmation or balance confirmation from vendors, and
Yes.
it's a good system that you built. Tapas have already raised out one point about API keys that you're using and how you're creating this. I had a similar question that is, although you have mentioned everything in the same configuration of your system, okay, I see a threat over here that since you have already put the API key also there. Okay, if you can see below,
Sir,
the
it's hidden.
API key is
It's hidden,
also
sir.
being fetched, right? So I think if someone else is using system, they can do a misuse of this API. Okay. So is there any way where we can have a different approach of using API key and not fetching it in the system
So
itself?
basically, I what I have done is like I have created a password protected option over here where I have maintained users for the sake of usage. The super admin or the person who is putting the API key can only see the settings option. Nobody else can see the setting option. Even if you are right that in case if my system goes into the hands of some other person, maximum what happen is that they can take my API key. You know, certainly there is some amount which is there lying in my API credits, but I have also put a daily limit on the usage or loss. So basically, it's just like a bank account where I put that I cannot spend more than $2 or $3. So basically, it is around 20 to 30 reconciliations basically, because the reconciliation cost coming over is around 5 to 8 rupees. So there is no more there is no loss more than $3, and I also receive a message that your limit has been reached for the specific token. So I can delete the same from the developer.openai link.
Okay. And one more question I had, how are you training this model? Because this looks very interesting and at a confusing at the same time. So how this model is getting trained so that it is doing the reconciliation and is telling what's the differences and shooting the email also, although you're using AppScript, but how the model is getting trained?
How the model is getting trained? The
Yeah,
local server, sir?
the local server.
Yeah, sir. Sir, the what currently the portal is doing, whenever any AI reconciliation happens, it understand that I have solved 28 invoices, and these were the 28 invoices, and these were the solutions which I've identified. Now, what portal will do is like portal will save the reconciliation method what AI has done into a JSON file. I have already the shown over here, sir. It is saved at the link of which is at data oblique state. All the JSON files are saved over there. Whenever any local reco happens, then the rules will be read from that file only. So we are not putting anything like we are not typing any rules. The standard rule which we have given first time is already there. But in addition to that, any RICO happens is stated in that JSON file. And at the end also, since there is at least a person need to be get involved over there. So that person will finalize and confirm whether the RICO is right or wrong, and he can edit the JSON file also if required, sir.
Yeah, so whenever any updation has to happen, it has to happen through the JSON file.
Can
Right,
you
sir.
quickly open the JSON and show it to us?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Just a second, sir. These are the JSON files, sir. So right now I had done RICO, so that's why it got updated at 443.
Yeah, no, I was asking to open this, but that's okay. I think probably we are running short of time. Yeah.
Yeah, just a second, sir. It's just opening. Yes. So I think it has done 28 new iterations and understood how the solution they have derived. So some pains credit, some
I think it
payments.
is saving the examples of
Yeah,
what
right,
was
sir.
done previously.
Absolutely
Understood.
right.
Okay, thanks.
Great.
Thank you, Akhil ji. Moving on, the next contestant, CA Gopi Manigandan ji.
Oh, hi everyone. Hope my audio is
Not very clearly. Your audio is not very clear.
hope now it's better.
Alok sir, are you able to hear him properly?
No, voice is low. Can you
Maybe try using a headphone or microphone or something?
Hope now it's fine.
still it is very low?
Hi everyone. Hello.
Yes, I think it's better now.
So it's hi everyone. So I'm CA Gopi Manigandan. So actually I've created a AI powered certified certification engine which helps us to create basic certification with the use of AI as well. And in our CA profession, these certification are non-negotiable, right? So we have to do it in a faster, less manual, and intelligent powered as well. So that's why I've created this certified genie. So the problem statements I like to address are these like, as we all know, the AI models currently are well capable enough to draft a certificate with their interpretations as well. But the thing is, unknowingly, we might give the AI models the sensitive data, or you can say the personal identifiable informations to the AI, which is definitely a compliance issue when it comes under DPDP Act. So I've tried to resolve this problem. I hope many chartered accountants around the globe will have these problems as well. So the solution I'm trying to implement is, so this certification engine is created based on the raw PDF or Excel file, which is being uploaded by the chartered accountants. So using the Claude AI, will interpret and generate the numbers. So between these two layers, I have also included a redaction engine. So which basically works on a regex pattern matching. So we all know Aadhaar and GST, CIN numbers, every numbers does follow a pattern. So this automatic redaction will help us to identify those PII informations and redact it automatically. And to further add on, so I also added a manual redaction option as well. So if some professional think some other sensitive data which is not related to patterns or something like that, it is visible. So it will also able us to redact it manually through selecting the spaces. So eventually the outcome is our ICAI formatted CA certificate. So let's go to the demo. So this is the landing page of my certified GD. So let's start generating. So currently I will upload a sample balance sheet P&L I have with me. So I'm uploading it. So it's a file uploaded securely. It's asking that whether you have to do manual reduction. It's also saying that the SIN and GST number auto reduction has been applied. So I will just click let me redact. So you can see a PDF preview. PDF preview with me. Oh, my screen is visible.
No.
What is visible? That loading. Yes. So sorry. Sure. So this is my certify engine landing page. So where I will be clicking start generating. So where I will need to upload my balance sheet and P&L in the PDF. So I'm selecting this PDF. So it is also saying that this our auto reduction based on this CI number and GST, everything is being auto redacted. So if it is asking that do we need to add manual redaction as well? So I'm just clicking yes, let me redact. So you can now see a PDF preview over the screen. So if you can see, the SIN and PAN number is automatically redacted. So let's say, for example, I want to redact the name of the company as well. I've selected it through drag and drop box and going over to the next page. I'm also doing the same. You can also see that two manual redactions has been done. Now I'm clicking redact and continue. Now it will goes to the AI model, which is Claude for interpretation, which is our redacted PDF will be moved to the Claude for interpretation. So let's wait a second. The model to complete the extraction. So yes, you can see that I've also we have integrated 3 certificates from our direct financial statements network, turnover, and working capital. Let's say, for example, we'll start with the net worth certificate. So I'm clicking review extracted data. So it will do a basic checks as whether the balance sheets are matching, net worth numbers are possible. And if you can also see here, it was also saying that 2 SIN and 2 PAN has already been redacted automatically. And you can also see overall AI confidence score about the numbers. And if you can see, the company name is not mentioned as we have manually redacted it through our redaction engine. So, and also you can see the various numbers that have been extracted from a PDF. So we can also see in the right hand side. So all the audit trail or trial from which the numbers are being picked. We can see that share capital. This is the line item which we can see in our financial statements as such. So let's say, for example, I am giving details for the certification. So I'm doing select method. So we have various methods of computing net worth, right? So based on the financial statements it automatically selected that was a company. And since it's a company, it's also recommending us to go with section 2 of 57 of the Companies Act. Let's say I've selected this and I'm giving preview and edit. So you can see that in we have a preview of the certificate in the right hand side. So, and also I have added a quick information for the chartered accountants to analyze as well. So you from based on the balance sheet P&L, we can also get some basic financial ratio analysis. So these classifications are done based on the industry standards, which are mentioned under each of the ratios directly. So this how it is. We can know about the financial aspects of the company we are going to certify. And also added a year-on-year analysis what is the movement between the years. This only works if the professional has uploaded a multi-period balance sheet period. So you can see the increase and decrease over the 2 years. And also I've added this AI confidence information as well. So it will tell us for each line item it is verified or not. So currently the PDF was uh, extractable PDF. So it is has quite a good of confidence in it. So it's 85%. It's good actually. So actually to start with certificate number, let's say for example, my entity has some naming convention for the certificate. I will give some random name on real-time basis, you can see in the right-hand side. So let's say I want to add my client name. So I will
Gopi ji, last 1.5 minutes left.
yes, and you can add some random UDIN data also here. So you can see here. And also if you want any such some information to update it here, you can update here. If you want, we can also give password. So, and if everything is fine, you will click finalize and download. If you want, we can send to the client directly through email address. So SMTP approach of the email. So that's how the whole thing is. Let me show review of PDF. So this is the preview of the PDF, which has our logo and everything. So it's well formatted PDF. So when coming back to my presentation, the tech stack I've used is for front end React plus TypeScript plus White. And for the back end, it's Fast API plus Python and various others libraries like PyMediaf, Python docs, etc. So for the API and interpretation and intelligence part, I've used Cloud API. So it has two models in it, which is text mode for digital PDF. And it also fall back to the vision mode for scanning the scanned PDFs. And these are the samples of our API used. And also I have added Swagger documentation, which consists of what and all API I have used in this. So yes, to conclude with, so the current technology can do wonders. As we professional, we have to use it responsibly. That's it from me. Over to questions.
Thank you, Gopi ji. Over to the jury. Alok sir and Tapas ji.
Alok sir, you want to go ahead first?
Tapas, you can go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Uh, one question only from my side. Whether you mentioned that the API that you're using is for Claude, is from Claude, right?
Yes,
Any
correct.
particular model you have selected for Claude?
I've given Sonnet as such.
Sonnet only. And have you seen cases where it might hallucinate and give you results which are not exactly from the documents? Have you tried to verify those?
Yes, as for my testing, I haven't got anything. Since we have the audit trail option as well, so I can easily figure out where the numbers are up.
I see. Okay. That's it from my side. I don't have other question on this. Alok sir, if you have any question, please ask.
No, I also had the similar question. Your audit certification system that you have created looks good. Okay. Only thing is that if there are any changes, can we able to do that using the system? Suppose we have issued some certificate, we want to call back, then is there any possibility?
No, actually, this is as a we are. I mean, I've prepared as a draft version, so we have to do it manually. If we ought to do it again, I've also given an option to edit those numbers and text as well manually, so we can use those as well. But doesn't cover after the signing.
Okay, okay, understood, understood.
Uh,
Fine.
one question I also wanted to ask. You mentioned about the language, but how did the coding process go? What tools did you use for writing the code?
Yes, so for ideation part, I started with ChatGPT to prompt, and eventually I moved to Claude Chat to check the feasibility of this working. So, and I've did many iterations as such, and I've asked the Claude to provide the whole prompt so that the Claude code can do that easily. So, and I've copy pasted those prompt and used to build this. This is a proper AI full stack development kind of thing with separate front end, back end, and this doesn't have any database as such. It lives in the browser cache and memory.
Understood. Perfect. Thank you. You can go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Gopi ji. Now moving to the seventh contestant, CA Anumita Mukherjee ji. Anumita ji, can we start? You're on mute. Your time starts now.
Respected members of the ICAI and the esteemed jury, a very good evening. Today I am here to present the time track application. So as Peter Drucker once said, the time is the scarcest resources, and if it is not managed properly, nothing can be managed further. Yet in many organizations, tracking time is still a big problem. With manual and retrospective tracking time, it leads to inconsistent and non-auditable data which is impacting the billing and the decision making. Time track is designed to address these issues. Time track is a lightweight, low-cost system that ensures real-time capture at the employee level and central control, analytics, and compliance at the management level. It was built in collaboration with human and artificial intelligence. I defined the problem scopes and the design. Claude, with the help of the Claude, I generated the database schema, the application logics, and built the application, hosted it over Netlify. The entire mechanism is contained in two files, index and HTML and JavaScript. So what makes this interesting is that it captures the time on a real-time basis, and manual or retrospective booking of time is not allowed. It is structured at the organization level. Offline facility is there. In the offline facility, even if the system is not having any connectivity, time can be booked, and it is compliant with the DPDP principles at large. This impacts directly the billing accuracy, the productivity, and the audit trail because it's providing accurate time capture, measurable data, and a log for audit trail. It is built specifically for the small and the mid-sized setups with no infrastructure requirement, low cost, no technology, heavy technology dependency, works even in the low or no connectivity area, and can be deployed at individual firm level. So if you can trust your time, you can trust your revenue, you can trust your decisions. Now let me take you to the directive. Hope my screen is now again visible to you all. Hello?
Yes, go ahead. We are able to
Hello?
see the screen.
Yeah. So this time track application has only two types of users, the employees and the managers. Manager has basically the admin role. Here I select the manager for demo. We need to input the email, we need to input the password, and here is the DPDP notice, consent notice, which needs to be explicitly agreed to for signing in. If anyone is not agreeing it, the signing in will not be possible. So it acknowledges the consent as well. This is the dashboard available to the manager. Based upon the time entries, all the time entries are captured over here. This is the complete audit log. Based upon this time entry, we have these tablets for the hours by project, donut chart for hours by project, and bar chart for hours by employee. Here we have smart filters. Like we want to see for only one of the employees. We can just select out, and the charts change dynamically. Suppose we need to see any particular project for any particular employee, we can just select that, and the chart and the logs get changed dynamically. Next, we go to the employee tab. This is the employee data master, which is created by adding an employee. The manager needs to add employee so that he or she can have the login portal and can book the time over there. These information need to be filled up: name, designation, email. Role is very important because the role defines what screen is available to the user. First time password is set by the manager. Later on, the employee can change it on their screen. And on the save button, this database gets created over here. Similarly, edit option is also there. Except for the password, all other information is editable. Similarly, delete with proper delete request and approval channels after passing them. This delete can happen. Similarly, similar to the employees, we now have project. We need to create project over here. This is the internal ID code which every organization has for its projects, the project name and the customer. And on the save button, this gets populated over here. This is the status active. We can deactivate. Like for example, if any project is on hold, we can deactivate instead of removing the project altogether. Now we have this after creating the employee and the project, this is the intersection of the assignment of the projects to the employees. Every employee created is appearing over here, and under each employee, all the projects, irrespective whether allocated to them or not, are appearing. The ones which are highlighted have already been allocated to them, and the others are yet to be allocated or not related to them. To allocate a project, we just need to click the button and it gets populated in their dashboard as well. And for deselecting, just a click again. Now we come to the report portion. The app has provides three type of reports: a full report, report by each employee, and report by each project. So we download the full report to have a idea of all other reports as well. I'm sorry, the dashboard, this selection needs to be all projects to have a report for the all projects. And you see instantly we get this. So this is the summary sheet, which is giving a summary of each project. How many, the time is primarily recorded in 2 minutes and getting converted into hours. The employees, how many employees have worked on this project and how many time entries have been booked. Then we have this chart data. The charts which are there in the dashboard are not appearing over here, but with this information and the instructions, we can create the same charts over here as well. This is the time entry logs which we saw in the dashboard, same populating over here. Each employee, designation, project, customer, the date when the entry was made, the duration, and duration in minutes, and then duration in hours, and whether this has been synced or not. This is the complete log. Now,
Anumita ji, last 2 minutes left.
Okay. Similarly, we have this information for project-wise as well. As told earlier, we have this DPDP compliance over here also. This is the compliance status. For future enhancement, I have taken the breach notification and data retention policy, which are not yet built in the system, and this will be taken care in next phase. Now, I quickly take you to the employee, where the main time entry is being done. For example, Neha Sarkar. So email and password for the demo purpose, they are already available over here. This consent needs to be booked. This is for every login for every user. So this is employees dashboard, which is very simple. Just 2 tabs, clock in, clock out, and change password. It opens default to the clock in. Here, all the projects assigned to them, which we saw were blue for Neha, are appearing over here. And by default, it opens to the current date. Since today Neha has worked only one project, so only 1 minute is appearing for today's project. For example, let's start booking over here. So we see that when clock in has been done for this admin and reporting, supposedly Neha is now working on admin and reporting. Before starting the work, she clocks in. All other tabs get gray. They cannot be clicked because simultaneously she can't work on two projects by principle. So while this clock is running for some time, I explain you the offline facility, which I am unable to demonstrate on our live webinar. You can see here it is green in online because now we are online. If in the logged in position for a employee, there's a connectivity issue or he's in a no connectivity zone like sites, etc. for the engineers or for the audit staff as well. This gets orange and offline is appearing over here. At that time, he can clock in and clock out. And the date after clock out, the data is getting queued up for sync when the system gets online connectivity. When it comes into an online zone, the sync happens automatically. Nothing has to be done from the user side, and uh, every single log can be refreshed or can be synced up only once. There's a security for that in the system, built in the system, where multiple syncing is not possible. So I clock out over here, and
The
we
time is
see,
up.
yeah, just a second, sir. We see that 1 minute time has been booked over here. And if we go to this My Log, this is the log for all the time entries through this app, which Neha has done. And we see that the latest one has got synced over here. To change password, can change the password after the first login to maintain the secrecy. So this was all about this time track app. I'm not at all a techie. I'm purely a FP&A for last 20 years across multinational organizations. And Claude helped me to build up this. So if I could do this, anyone can do this. Thank you. Over to the Jewelry.
Great, Anumita ji. So it shows your
Thank you.
experience is showing from your presentation and the kind of tool you have developed. Okay, so it is very impressive. Just wanted
Thank
to
you.
understand how much time it took to go through the entire process of creating this, because you have used lot of tech here. Okay, and since you mentioned you are
12
not that
hours.
techy, yeah, in 12 hours you
Just
could build
12
this.
hours. Yeah, just 12
Oh,
hours. Because 12 continuous hours, I would say, with some small breaks and all, but it was done in one single session.
oh, great. Okay, and how could you ideate this process? Like what all should be done? So you're already working with projects and you wanted to have something like
Yes,
this?
I have a rich experience in working in the projects, and the time booking has always been an issue, particularly for the site engineers. I was into substation development company, General Electric. So there, when the site engineers were working on the site, booking the time was a real pain. Everything was done retrospectively, and a lot of follow-up was needed. They could come, means mostly they were on the non-internet zone and not having any such tools. This tool is also available over mobile, so need not carry their desktop to the site while working. If they have their mobile and it is logged in just like any other app, not and even in no internet zone, they can record. So this was my idea behind it. And similar issues our audit assistants also face, that all the time they are not into the zone, and where the billing is based on the hours booked. This becomes very critical.
Okay. And where is the database getting stored for this? I think you had mentioned SQL. So you're using SQL,
Supabase.
Supabase. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. These were
Thank
the.
you.
Uh, Anumita ji, again, a good presentation. What I
Thank you.
wanted to understand is the tool that you have prepared for basically, fundamentally, it's time tracking so that you don't miss out on that hourly basis, particularly. There are so many
Yeah.
project management, timesheet management solution, you name it, you name the type of capability that is there, right from the over-the-counter tools that's there, like Asana or ClickUp, and then there are so many specific CA practice management tools. What you know, what kind of functionality where you're looking at which you couldn't find in any of the tools that were available, and you thought that instead of using a ready-made tool, let me build one for myself?
This is the idea behind was just a simplicity that means anyone who can just click in and click out can use this tool. Means
Okay.
when our engineers work, some are just graduates, not in a position to handle sophisticated tools. So the idea was just that simple things they can use, and for the small business setups who cannot afford heavy infrastructure or heavy cost models, this is almost to much extent it is free on the free tires, and later it is scalable, but that also on a very low monthly cost. So these two principles, low on cost and low on and high on simplicity, were the main idea for building up this.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. That's it
Thank
from my
you.
side. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anumita ji. Now, the eighth contestant, CA Puja Sharma ji. Puja ji, over to you.
Hello everyone, good evening. Allow me a second, I'm sharing.
Yes. Your time starts now.
So first of all, I want to, mention here, just like other candidates, they have shown a tool specifically they have built with the help of AI. I have not built any such tool, but I have come with a problem statement since I'm a finance professional. So, I want to break down, like I have a good understanding on the accounting standards. So what my agenda is, I want to break down each and every accounting standards, and I want to integrate AI into those standards and see how that AI can help to give advantage to these accounting standard, and eventually it will help the it will improve the efficiency of our financial reporting, FP&A, or any area of the finance. So this is my major motive. So I have picked AI use case, which is India's 109, and ECL is my major part that I have picked up. This is real use case that I'm working with some of the global clients. So this is a real use case where we are working. We have break down the this ECL part. Recently, government RBI has also notified something in the area of ECL that we have to do. So what we are trying to explain here. So we in ECL, we basically it's a forward looking basically India's 109 impairment is basically a forward looking thing, and it recognizes expected losses, and it has lot of terminologies, methodologies by which we compute the ECL. So currently at present in whether it is global or India, they are using Excel spreadsheets to compute this ECL, and breaking down all the parameters manually. There is no as such important tool here currently present. None of the companies are using. There are exceptions, but most of the companies are doing manually, and there is no as such system. So I have breakdown that where AI can help in this ECL computation, and how we can improve the accuracy of this ECL and efficiency of this provision. So basically, there are three stages approach are there, which derive the provisioning. There is one stage which is called 12-month ECL, and there are other two, second and stage, which is called lifetime ECL, right? So basically, it requires for breaking down, for computing the provisioning and breaking down the ECL, we have to follow these two stages, stage 1 and stage 2, 3. So basically, it requires lot of data, right? So with the help of AI, we can clear this. We can manage the data behind it, which we use to compute the stage 1 and stage 2, stage 3. So basically, what we have where AI fits in financial reporting, and auditors, it's also going to accept it. So basically, AI can support, definitely. It is not going to replace the human judgment, human interventions, but yeah, definitely is going to support our judgment. So basically, when we extract the data for computing the provision of ECL, So basically AI will help in standardization of that data and extraction of data. So like we extract data, some of the data we extract from ERP tool, loan system, treasury GL that we have. So when we use AI, when we integrate AI to this particular pain point, so it will avoid manual errors, because earlier we used to compute from manually from the system, but now if we integrate AI to this particular pain point, data extraction and standardization, it will definitely gonna improve the efficiency and accuracy of the data points. Secondly, we do the risk segmentation, so we can integrate the AI to these this part also. Segmentation, that is whether our any securities has impaired from the last recognized period, from its last recognition date. If it got impaired a lot, like 2 by 3 notch, it got impaired. So likewise, if we integrate AI to risk segmentation also, it will improve the efficiency and correct categorization of that security. And anomaly detection in GL movements, and we can do the flagging as well to see the unusual patterns as well, right? That we can do. And also I want to conclude this here, that AI is most useful where volume is high and logic is repeatable. Like for ECL, it is a every quarter working. So and data is used when it comes to banking or any insurance companies, the data is very huge. So we need to integrate AI to that data categorization, because it is a every quarter same job we have to do. So it's a one time job only if we do the correct flagging and AI mapping to the data risk and identification of any manual error, then it will help us to to create accurate provisioning, right? Then what problem that we are facing today is manual collation of probability of default, LGD, EAD, rating, delinquencies, collateral, macro overlays. This is the current problem that we are facing. And also the staging rule, we have to manually utilize the FIMDA regulations and everything for computing the staging. So what we can do as a targeted state AI assisted, we can automate the data pipeline and we can make rules for we can basically make rules engine for staging. We don't need to go every time to the FIMDA documentation and see if something has changed and anything. We can just simply give rules to the staging. And another thing that we can do is AI flagging. AI flagging we can do to any, if we see any unusual transitions, outliners, override justification, there we can do the AI flagging as well. Then we have the reporting layer, because this is the computation part, and third we have the reporting layer. So we can do the ECL summary, plus we can do a lot of what if scenario and sensitivity analysis in terms of whether if any particular security degraded to third level or second level, so how it will need to be staged, that we can do here. And yeah. So basically, I want to conclude this point here, that India is a data hungry, because India's 109 is a data hungry, because it is revolves around the financial instrument and lot of data required, whether it's a bank or insurance or any big companies. So basically, the AI helps collect, validate inputs and highlight exceptions. Exception highlighting is very important, because to give accurate provisioning, it is very important to flag any exceptions. I have also included one example also. It's a very small example. Suppose we have exposure ABC. We have three type of exposures, and we have given staging of this exposure, like it's stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. This is the EAD, probability of default, and this way we have computed the ECL. So if we summarize this, so basically this stage, this derives whether probability of default is whether it's a 12-month or a lifetime ECL. So what AI can help here, we can have a dedicated system, dedicated AI assisted SIR stage movement we can have here. So basically model flags exposure we can have a flagging where it can see if there is any significant risk increase or any change in the risk pattern of that staging of or that exposure. And for if we want to compute the probability weighted scenarios as well, so we can we can assign basically we can we can assign multiple what if scenarios, like if you we can do multiple permutation and combination, multiple what if scenarios if you want to compute any probability weighted scenario and compute the ECL that way as well. And for control and governance perspective, where auditor is much more interested, we can work around the data lineage plus data quality checks. This can also be do with the help of AI, and we can create some model validation and an independent review as well before and after deployment. And we can we have to tag the explainability as well, that why we have given particular stage to any particular exposure and why that probability of default is changed over the period of time, right? This way we can do some AI tagging as well. And yeah, so basically I think AI will make any accounting standard, whether it is India's 109, India's 116, 17 or 18, because 18 is coming into the picture. So it will make any accounting standard very fast. We have to just break down those accounting standards, pick up the pain points, pick up the areas, and it will help the industry and consultant as well. And it will basically improve the accuracy, and whatever we have compute the numbers using that standards, whatever presentation we have made. So basically we have to sit with developers, that with the help of AI we can build some tools, we can do the tagging to these accounting standards to give more accuracy to the numbers that we are presenting in the financials. So I think that's it from my end, because this was very first time I'm taking this presentation. So I think, as per my knowledge, I can bring up this thing to the table right now.
Alok, sir, you go ahead first. Just in a
Yeah,
basement. Yeah.
right. So Pooja,
Yeah.
I mean, we could not follow your use case particularly. I think you are more focused on reading the stuff, but can you just quickly explain the tech part of it?
Yeah, so basically, Alukta, my purpose is I want to pick up accounting standards, and I want to break down those standards, and I want to see how we can integrate AI to those breaking points, those pain points that we are currently facing. Like if we are computing ECL under accounting standard 109, there are a lot of pain points that we have to do a lot of things manually to compute the provisioning under ECL. But if we tag AI in lot of stages of computing ECL, like we have to compute the probability of default, we have to compute the LGD, we have to take the FIMDA regulation to see the various parameters to compute that provisioning. So I just want to tag AI to those specific points, so our final computation, final number that we are giving to the into the financial reporting, that should be accurate. So this is my purpose. I know I could not make it any tool or
No,
something.
I mean, you could have this could have been done by creating a custom GPT also, no, for a particular accounting standard. So how this is different from your application, or like what is the how AI exactly is going to be helpful here? This is link is missing, I guess.
Yeah, so basically AI can help AI can help in creating the stages to we have to define the stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 to all the financial instruments that we have. So AI can help in correctly define the staging to the exposure. And also we have lot of data that we manually categorize in different securities, whether it has downgraded from previous reporting period. So AI can assist to see if we have downgraded correctly that instrument, looking at all the credit ratings and everything. So these are some pain points that I can see, that rather going with the manual checking from all the regulations, credit ratings and everything, we can build something with the AI, that AI can do automatically, fetching all the credit risk ratings and everything, and do the correct classification, summarization and everything of that securities. We cannot do on any public chat GPT or Claude or everything, because it is a very client sensitive data. We cannot use any public that system of AI, but we have to build something. This could be a very useful for any company, I think.
Okay, Tapas, you may continue. Thank you.
So I think no question from my side. Only probably what I understood, Pooja ji, was that you went into ChatGPT, discussed, and it gave you an outline. What
Yeah.
you were reading through is also an outline that simply could have been put into at least Gamma, so that you could have come with a presentation which you could have presented about your idea. But hackathon is about identifying the problem, which is a first step that you have taken. Take this problem, build a solution. You have wonderful thoughts with you as to where you can use AI to implement this particular requirements under the accounting standards. And then I think keep discussing it with AI, and it will definitely give you a solution.
Sure. Thank you.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Pooja ji. Now coming to the second last contestant, the ninth one, the C. Gagan Shetty ji. Over to you.
Hey, hi everyone. Just let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, your time starts now.
Yes. So one fine evening, I was having a cup of coffee with my CA friend who is into practice. Me being from my industry, I was curious to know how his practice is going on. So I just asked him a question, how is your practice going on? So he was just into practice like around 3 years. So I asked him, he was like, practice is going well. The only problem that I am facing is to manage the client, to manage the files of the client, and to assign it to particular employees, and to manage who is doing it, and to check the status of what the work is, like whether it is done or completed, not completed. To track this, I'm taking more time. So then I asked him, like, you can go for, there are a number of PMS, like practice management software. Why don't you opt for one? So first thing he was like, since it is a small firm, he didn't want to spend money. And one more thing was, he was not getting everything in one PMS software. Like if one feature is there, one more feature was not available. So like it was like this. So that's when I thought, why can't I build a practice management software? So here is the tool. This is how my tool look like. So before I directly jump into show how exactly the tool looks, this is the overview of the tool. So there is two logins, like one is for admin and one more is for employee. Next there will be a dashboard for both, like both for employee and admin. So if you can see here, there are two logins. So what admin will do, he will create task, assign task, generate task, monitor what is the progress of the work. What employee does, employee checks what are the tasks assigned to him. He will update status as and when he completes the work, and uploads documents whenever it is required, and add comments if required. Similarly, now once it is submitted, it will go to admin. He will review, he will accept if it is okay, if not he will reject, and so on. So let me just demonstrate my tool now. Yes. So this is the admin login page, and I already told there are two login pages. This is employee portal. So let me just log into admin now. So when admin logs in, the first thing he wants to see in the morning is like status of the work, overall view of the work. How many customers are there? What is the pending task? How many tasks completed? What is the OV status? All these stuff, correct? So everything is available in the first page. Now, next comes service master. So why this master file is created? So here, these are what are services he is rendering, right? He can just add it. For example, let me just add now GST. Now, okay, sorry, GST is already there. GST 3B is created here. GST 9 is there. ITR filing is there. And now let me just create one ad hoc option. So here, form 15 CB. Okay. Now, description is optional. If you want to mention something, write it, or else leave it blank. Absolutely fine. And now I have given one more tick option here, ad hoc. So not every task have to, like, this should be a due date, correct? There are few tasks wherein there will be no due dates based on the requirement you have to complete. So 15 CB is something like that. So I'm selecting ad hoc here and save service. It is done. So ad hoc is created, done. Now, let me just move on to a Durate Master. What are the features available here? So here in Durate Master, if you just see here, all the options, like whatever services you create in Service Master, for that, those are available under drop-down here. If Durate is not assigned, right? Durate is not assigned, then it will show at the top here, the Durate is not assigned. You can come here, select the service, what service you want to do, monthly, then frequency is monthly, and you can select. And one more feature that which was missing in major of the software was there was giving only specific field to update the date. Like few months have 31 days, few months have 30 days, few months have 29 days. If I want to keep this due date for last day of the month, how will I do? So I've created one more option wherein last day. So if you see here, so already the account is created wherein if you mention last, automatically every month this software will pick last day of the month and accordingly assign the due date. Clear. Now let me move on to customer onboarding. Service is done, service is created, due date is created for all the services, and now I'm going to customer onboarding. So here, if you see existing, as on now, I have only one customer, correct? Now, let me create one more customer. So the captcha is available from the previous field. I will select this. This is the PAN, random dummy PAN I have updated, and phone number. If you want, just put some phone number. Yes, phone number, then address, Bangalore, then service. So what kind of service your client is into, either service or trading, manufacturing, accordingly you can select. And financial year start and financial year end date. So in India, we are following April to March. If you're having a global customer, then there can be a difference, correct? So I have given the option, you can select the financial year accordingly. Now comes what are the services? See, these are the services available. And also here, I mentioned here GST register, no. If I select yes, right, again the monthly, quarterly, how many GST registrations, and also below GST service will be enabled. But here now, what I will do, I will just select it as no. Then GST service is not available here, so that will not be captured. Okay. Now for this client, I'm assigning monthly accounting. Okay. What is the fees that I'm charging him? Let me charge 15,000 per month. Okay. Now ITR filing. Yes, ITR filing. How often you do? Yearly. And how much amount you are charging? Let me charge 20,000. And what is the billing cycle? It's up to you. If client wants to pay quarterly, monthly, what based on your cooperation with the client, you can assign it accordingly. Okay. Now comes assign to. If you want, you can individually assign the task to your employees within the company. Or if you want to assign to this entire client to one person, accordingly, you can assign. If you see, apply all accordingly adopted. Next comes invoice billing preference. Okay, here when it comes, few customers, they want entire, like they will give you package of work and they want bill monthly for all the works, even though like recurrence of the work can be monthly, quarterly, or yearly. They want to build equally over the month. So in that case, what you can do, you can select file consolidated, and when you want your reminder to be sent to the employee last day of the month to raise the invoice, who will take care of the invoicing? I will say Gagan Shetty. Okay, so now what I will do, onboard the customer and confirm. So it is created. Now if you go here, see, one more customer is created here. Is it clear? Okay. Now customer is created, correct? How will customer get to know what is the process, like whether it is created or not? For that purpose, auto mail will trigger from my software to the customer, wherein nice introduction mail will be sent on behalf of Gagan Shetty. We warmly welcome you, and what are the tasks assigned, everything will be sent via mail. Okay. This is part of customer onboarding. Now comes employee master. Similarly, how I created customer, right? I can also create employee here, right? Mention a name, all this resignation, everything you will mention, it will be created here. Now we have 2 customers assigned in my company. Okay. Now let me just go to user management. So here, if you see, there are so many created, correct? This for testing purpose I've created. Now automatically, initially, you need to give the access to the employee, right? That access you will have. So if employee forgets the password, you have the control to reset the password accordingly. Employee can reset the password and log in. Okay. Now the main part of this software is task management. Okay. Now let me just show what was the last month task and what is the status. Let us have a look into last month's task status now. Okay.
Gaganji, last 2 minutes.
Yes. So these are last month task. So if you see, accept pending, all is available. And similarly, if you log into employee, and here if you just select last month's, same thing is available here. And now what I will do here, I just completed. Okay, I will just mention completed. If you want to upload any files, upload it, then confirm completion. Here it is not accepted under review. Now I will go back to admin and I will just see the review. See, the option will come as to accept or reject. And if you see no file is uploaded, correct? What I will do, I will just reject. I'll just reject, saying that no file uploaded. Then I have the option. If I want, I can assign it to someone else. Let me allow the same person to resubmit. I will just give the confirmation. Now I will go back to employee login where it is rejected. Then reason also mentioned here. Then click resubmit. Then okay, why it was rejected? No file was attached in that. Okay, let me just upload some dummy file. Okay, I'm uploading Excel file is uploading. Okay, Excel file is attached here with name. Now I will come back to admin portal wherein again it's showing okay, this is available to download. You can check, and then if you want to chat, like if you have any queries, right, you can ask what is the current year revenue. You can just chat. You can go back to employee login again. It comes here. If you want, you can mention here 1 crore this year. So chat is also available here wherein employee and admin can coordinate here. So if everything is okay, he will accept and it is done. So now since I've selected consolidated billing, right, it's mentioned that consolidated billing will be sent. Okay. Now if I want to create a ad hoc service, then what I will do, service 15 CB I will be creating, due date I will be taking 6th, then assign to Gagan, then create task. Then I will go to employee login.
Gaganji, time is up.
Yes. So yeah, this is what it is. And if employee will get the option and they will raise the invoice. Okay. Now, what are the tech stack that I have used? Python for a backend, wherein I used Flask framework. For front end, I used HTML and JavaScript. And for data, everything is getting stored in JSON and all the folders. For that, I used file storage location in Python. So over to you, Jerry, for your questions.
One same question from my side, which I had asked earlier as well. There are so many task management tools, etc., in the market, right? What specific thing were you looking for, which made you think that let me build my own app? And second, please take us through the process of of building this app. Like, I mean, which LLM did you use for prompting, etc.? How did you code, and what tool did you?
Sure. So for answering for the first question, so why did I make this tool when there are numerous n number of tools available, right? So as I told, in all the tools, one of the other features were missing. So to build that customization tool, I built this. Also, the billing summary was missing in most of the places, wherein I have made it here. So before accounting, he can understand, like CA can understand what is the billing revenue available for this month, how much is not billed, how much is billed, how much is invoiced, everything is available here. And also one more feature is chatbot. So chatbot is something I added. You may ask a question like, why chatbot? You can use Teams, but here it is very task specific. In Teams, you have to mention which task for what question you're asking. Everything you have to mention, right? Here you need not do that. You just have to put a comment and send, and user will understand why you're asking the question. This is the reason as to why I thought of creating this. And to answer for the second question, how I developed this is I majorly used VS Code as IDE, wherein I added Claude as an add-in here, and it's a vibe coding. It's a pure vibe coding tool. But just the idea for ideation purpose, I use ChatGPT and other LLMs, but majorly it is Claude in VS Code. Yes.
Okay, that's it from my side. Alok sir, if you have anything.
Yeah, so I think you have answered Rupal's question, same Tapa's question. Now, how this will be scalable, or how this can be used by multiple firms, or having like multiple partners with the login? Can you highlight
Yes.
that? Yeah.
Sure, sir. So if you see, so here, I mean, so wherein with the uh, employee master itself, when onboarding, if you see the designation, wherever, what if I create a senior CA, then senior CA login will be automatically sent to that person with the relevant access to them. How I created for employee here, similar way, based on the designation, that whatever templates here, this will be assigned to them. So basically everything is, if you see the folder here, these are the templates based on the role. Based on the role, each template is assigned in their particular application. For employee, only dashboard and tasks are there, but for partners and other senior CS, most of the templates will be available in their dashboard. And just to answer one more question, like how I'm going to, like, planning to scale it. If you see here, majority of them are saved in JSON file. And if I am pushing it to Git or any other repositories, confidential data should not be shared there. For that purpose, I've created a .gitignore file, wherein if I push the entire file, this JSON file, if in this I specifically mentioned not to share any JSON file, not to share any .env files. So all these are confidential data, will not be moved into Git repositories. So this is how I am planning to scale this up.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you, Gagan ji. Now we move on to the last contestant of the day, CM Mayur Kumar Zanjrukia ji. Hope I said the name correctly. Mayur ji, over to you.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, jury, and all the viewers. I can relate that since it's more than 2.5 hours, you all are feeling exhausted. Plus, so bear with me for the next 10 minutes. I'm sure that the use case that I'm presenting will surely help in your routine audit, and you will surely appreciate if you are in the domain of auditing statutory audit. So, if you have survived an audit season, you know that how much back and forth is required during audit season with the clients, and also you need to monitor the progress of assignment of your team, and especially when you are managing a team of more than 15-20 people, it's like havoc in the audit season that when the audit will be get completed. So use case that I'm presenting, it's an AI powered audit collaboration tool on which a platform where all the user can participate. When I say user, it's a client, audit team, managers, and partners. So let me straight away go to the my tool. So hope my screen is visible now. Can somebody confirm? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, fine. So this is the login page. Again, any new user can simply create and login with this. This app has a feature by which the admin will accept the request for the new user. Let's say I'm doing login with the manager ID. So this is my manager ID. If I show you, let me go to this. So this is the manager ID. Fine. So I will be swiping through the different web pages because as I said, it's a collaboration tool. Simultaneously, all the peoples in the team are working on some same assignment also. So this is the manager ID. Let me quickly go to the admin ID. This is a system admin ID who will manage the user creation. Will also ensure that which team member will be working on which assignment. So let's say as of now, I have created the team. I will be work on this Audit Mind Analytics Private Limited client, and the team has been assigned as partner as Mr. Kejriwal, myself Mayur, and the team member Ishita, Swarnima, Maharshi, and Kirtan. So let's say we will start with the planning stage. This is the audit areas that in any audit, these are the balance sheet item and the P&L items. So let's say I'm assigning investment sheet. I've assigned few. I want to assign this loan area to the Maharshi. Let's say. So the assignment, the this area has been assigned to the particular user. If I go to that user, this is what the user Maharshi is. So in the Maharshi, in audit area, you will find whatever the area has been assigned to him. So this is what the area is. So recently, if you have observed, I have assigned loan. So it is immediately coming over here. So there is also audit a log by which you can see that okay, Mayur has created this on this. So this will bring and I would say a traceability when the task was assigned. So when the Maharshi will work on this particular thing, let's say if he has marked this, okay, the vouching is in progress. So it is by default okay, it is 35% work done of the assignment. If I am a manager sitting at the office, I can see, oh, this area is completed this much of percentage. So this is what the planning stage is. In any audit, you may be aware that the entire it's a heart of audit that where the and detailed requirement list and issue trackers are there. So requirement list is the thing where you ask the information to the client. So this is what the information that I have requested from the client, which are typically fixed asset register, MSME. Calculation, index working for the lease, ECL working, FD working, provision tracker, etc. So I have also assigned the person who will be working whenever this detail has been received. Let me take you through the client login ID. So if this is what the, okay, just a second, the client login ID is here. Okay, this is what the client login. So client will able to see sitting at his desk that, okay, what is the information being asked by the auditor. On a dashboard, he can simply see what is the pending, what is responded. Let's say we have requested some detail. So let us go to the requirement list. So this is what the pending, these are the queries. Okay, let me go to requirement list. So these are the information which has been requested by the auditor. So whenever he will provide, let's say he has provided the fixed assets register, he will say that, okay, mailed on 1st May. Okay, let me go to the my uh, manager ID. Okay, so the system ID. Okay, this is where it is. It is completely showing provided along with the date and the comment made by the client. Now the user can work on this whenever let's say merge has worked. So he has to mention he can see that. Okay. Now let me go to the another issue tracker. Whenever any query is being raised by the audit team, he can simply mention the queries and ask for the resolution. So these are the, I have to save a time, I have make these queries already filled. So let's say if somebody is working on it, he has a client has provided resolution for the same. Let's say figurative out of pocket expense has been billed. So let me go to edit. So it's figurative. Okay, out of pocket has been built without supporting. Let's say client has provided a supporting. So supporting provided. I will say okay, verified. I can save the thing. So I can also keep a track. Okay, this is what the audit log is, as so that we can have a transparency when the queries were raised, when the auditor has provided the details. Uh, Apart from that, if you want to export the at the day end, what is the pending tracker requirement is, you can simply export the thing and you can directly share with the clients over a mail as well. If your client is not someone who is keen on viewing anything on an app, so you can simply just do an email which will contain the things. So this will also contain the name of a person who has raised the queries. So in case he want to answer or he want to approach a individual when you're working in a large team, you have to identify which person has raised this query. So client can easily identify the one who has raised this query and can directly approach the same. So let me go to my app. So again, on a dashboard, you can simply see the progress of the area. There are 41 areas. 38 is not yet started. 33 is in progress. And also, as I said, if it is coming a end date, your assignment is approaching a near date. I want to assign a date that okay, I want it to be completed within 5 days. So I have assigned the days. So my team member will come to know that okay, I have to complete the same in 5 days. So one more feature this application is, as I already mentioned, it's analysis. There is a user management. These are all are the user being created. So uh, based on role-based access, person can work on the assignment that they are supposed to be. As you are aware that institute has now make it mandatory to fill the audit diary. So again, article assistant and are morely connected with the manager and they are supposed to submit it fortnightly. So it's like that, and on at the end of the 15th day, it difficult to identify on which assignment he is working. So let's say it's a Maharshi, he is making his diary. Let's say his work on full day for the statutory compliance. And let me paste directly. I have make it mandatory that at least he should describe the thing in at least 20 words. So just a second. Let's say I am mentioning this just for the sake of saving our time. Okay, so if it is more than 20 word, then only it will be available. So once the same has been submitted, it is showing as a partner's approval. If I go to the manager ID, it will be showing to me as well. Let me go to my manager ID. Yes, this is my manager ID. In e-diary, whenever anyone will submit the e-diary, I will able to see whether he has worked on this assignment or not. Once I will approve the same will be processed to the partner. So at the time of finalizing the e-diary to be accepted by him, he can relate this subtask and task with the whatever information that he has filled in. So this is how a one platform where everyone can collaborate. I have also added one features like let's say most of us we have uh, observed that the issues by the teams are not mentioned in a proper manner where the amounts are being mentioned without amount the queries is being added, ledger name of ledger is not there. So I have made certain field mandatory without which the query cannot be solved. Also I made that if some query somebody is marking as a close, let me to give a better clarity, let me go to my yes assistant issue
Mayurji, last a
portal.
minute.
Okay, for sure. So if he want to close this, he will not able to close this unless and until client remark or audit remark has been mentioned over here. So let's say this is the bulk order, I want to make it close. No, he will not allow unless and until you mention the client response and the auditor's response why this query has been closed. So I would say it's a platform where everybody can collaborate, can see the progress of the thing on a real time. More in addition to this, there is one more benefit that on a real time you can assign the task, the responsibility and transparency in audit process will remain. And yes, this will also bring clarity and control over progress of your audit assignments. So this is what from my side, sir. Over to you, jury.
Alok sir, you're on mute.
Sorry, yeah. So it was a good tool that you had presented, Mayur. Just one thing, in your tool, it was showing DB online. What was that? Is that the database you are talking, reflecting to, or what
Okay,
was it?
okay, sir. Actually, I have started with the idea with the Lovable app. So then, during some session, I realized that there is a Google app script with which you can configure the Google Sheets. So I have tried to map my application with the Google Sheet. But since my purpose is at simultaneous, there should be at least 5 to 10 people who can be simultaneously working. But so I was getting some error because some data is maybe pushed to the sheet but not able to retrieve. Then I come across the Google Firebase. So there is one Spark plan which is available free. So I have what I did, I have hard coded that sync in my application. So the same has been collaborated. So anyone who is having access to this HTML application, they can start easily working on it without any configuration. So
Okay, so that means you do not have to share any other files. Only the HTML will be enough
yes, yes,
for
sir.
people to work. Okay. And again, the same question, like where the database is getting stored, all these audit findings and all these things.
So, okay, sir, as I mentioned, it will be stored in a database of Google, uh, Google Firebase. So it's my Google account. In Google account, I have created my project Smart Audit Collaboration. So this is where the data will be stored, sir.
Okay.
If you are sharing the screen, are you able to
Yeah,
see the screen?
screen is no,
Okay,
no,
it is
no,
not visible.
The screen is not visible.
no.
Just a second, just a second. Now it is visible, sir.
Yeah, now it is.
Okay. So this is how the it is being
Okay. So
configured with the console Firebase. So whatever the data will be there, it is storing over here. And yes, it is giving a tremendous response type. It's in a millisecond, it is getting reflected to the different users.
Over to you, Tapas.
Yeah. Uh, After developing the app, I mean, have you been practically using it, and for how long have you been using it for your
Okay,
company?
okay. So actually, as I mentioned, I have started with the lovable AI. Then idea was dropped because it cannot be unless and until it is being hosted to somewhere on a database. You can't get this sort of functionality. So I have dropped the plan. Then when I learned about the Google Sheet with which by Google with AppScript I can configure the Google Sheet. It was working, but when the simultaneous user were not doing so, so I was not able to do so. Then I come across this Firebase. If I can show the screen, just a second. So my screen is visible, sir?
Yes, yes, it's visible. I can see the Claude model.
Okay, Claude is coming. Okay, fine, good. So in this Claude, what I have started with the application that I was having with the Google script and HTML script, I have started migrating it and configuring the same as on the Firebase. So with the prototyping, a few, I would say vibe coding and all, I'm able to getting a good result that I was expecting. So yes, now it is a readily deployable thing at a firm level, sir.
Okay, wonderful. Just one point. I mean, you mentioned that you started with Lovable and didn't go ahead. There is an option in Lovable where you can also enable the cloud so as to have the database. Did you then explore that?
No, actually at that time the same was paid. So I'm looking for the solution which is in which I don't need to pay anything. So
Perfect. So your Firebase Studio, etc., whatever the free plan is, you are able
yes,
to
yes,
utilize
yes,
it properly.
yes, yes. It
Makes
can
sense.
work up to 50. I would say till if the 50 peoples are there in your team and almost 1 lakh queries are being raised, there is no issue on the same. So
That's it. No further question from my side. Wonderful. Thank you.
thank you, sir. Thank you.
So thank you so much, jury. Alok sir, any questions left?
No, all done, all done.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mayurji, you can stop sharing.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. You can stop sharing, Mayurji. Thank you.
Yes, yes. I have.
So before we close and I make the formal closing address, I would like to remind all our audiences and viewers that the voting lines are now open for the last 5 minutes. It is 6 p.m. now. We have had a marathon 3-hour session. So it's open for the 5 minutes now till 5 p.m. so that those who have not voted may vote for their contestants. Remember the rules. You have to vote within a rating of 1 to 5. 1 is the lowest, 5 is the highest. And you have to vote for all the contestants to register your vote. So we are open till the last 5 minutes till 5 p.m. And now I congratulate all the participants for stepping forward, for thinking beyond conventional boundaries, and for showcasing solutions that have the potential to make a meaningful impact. This episode 3 closes today, and I must say today's session has once again demonstrated the remarkable potential within our profession. The ideas we witnessed were not just innovative, they were thoughtful, practical, and aligned with real-world professional challenges. Each presentation reflected a clear understanding that the future of the CA profession lies at the intersection of domain expertise and technological capability. Would like to thank and acknowledge our leadership, CA Prasanna Kumar D, President Sir, CA Mangesh Kinere, Vice President Sir, CA Charanjot Singh Nanda, Chairman AI Committee and on immediate past President ICAI, and CA Umesh Sharma, Vice Chairman AI Committee. Also, would like to thank our respected jury members, CA Alok Sethi ji and CA Tapas Ruparelia ji, for their valuable insights and thoughtful evaluation and thought-provoking questions, which has made our session more meaningful. All our viewers, without which this episode would not have been possible, they have actively participated through their voting and are still voting for our contestants. Your engagements is the strength that defines the spirit of this initiative. This hackathon is not about winning, it is about learning, evolving, and contributing to a larger vision. With every episode, we are building a strong foundation of ideas that can shape the future of the profession. Don't forget that the top 3 from this episode will move to the semi-finals. And from there, the grand finale of the ICAI AI Hackathon Season 5, which will be held at the ICAI AI Innovation Summit 2026 on the 26th and 27th of June, Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi. It will be a global platform with the best ideas from the AI and CA profession will be showcased with the help of industry leaders, global experts, and the professional community. Many great speakers have already confirmed for the event. I encourage all participants to continue refining your ideas, strengthening your solutions, and preparing to present at that larger stage. With these words, I once again congratulate all the participants and thank everyone associated with today's session. Don't forget that the next episode of the ICAI AI Hackathon Season 5, that is episode 4, will be in the next week, next Friday, 8th of May, same time, 3 p.m. onwards, wherein we'll have a different set of contestants showcasing the use cases and presentations in front of you. So it's the last 1.5 minutes is left before we close. Those who have not voted may please vote. Tomorrow we have a refresher session for the AICA Level 1 at 11 a.m., which we are having every Saturday. So don't forget to join that. All those who have done AICA Level 1. For Level 2 also, we started our refreshers. It's happening every Friday, every alternate Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So the next one is now on the 8th of May. Last 30 seconds before we close. Please vote. So thank you. Now we've closed the voting lines. We're ending the poll. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, jury, for joining. And look forward to see you soon next week. Tech support, can we close?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Fine.